And I will be alt-tabbing here. Welcome to Chaotic Calling Streaming. Here we play D&D. I'm your DM Starwind, and I'm about to take some adventures through the lands of Timor Kingdom. They are finally home. I already went through all that. We have Leo, the half-orc, paladin of Illumina.
Hey guys.
We have Zareth, our half-elf, assassinating rogue.
Nice.
Borden, the dwarven cleric of Kazia.
Hello.
Oscar, the half-elf draconic sorcerer.
Hey.
Insidaria, the fallen seraphim of one of those gods, but a current warlock of Illumina.
Yeah, hello.
So last we left off, pretty much you were going to investigate this cult of Tiamat worship.
So we were about to interrogate.
Going to at the beginning of the session when you went up there to go look for the Tiamat, right? I mean,
yes, and
at the end, you're going to be interrogating this woman named Smiles. That's given. But your initial search was to go check out this Tiamat cult, where you met Smiles along the way. Sarah's old co-worker, I guess, and apparently Smiles did it bad after you guys kind of left her there, stabbing some woman on the streets and dashing off. And one of our healers decided to heal her, becoming Smiles' next target while you investigate the Tiamat cult. Or the warehouse where they were seen going in. Insidaria, noticing our Smiles in the alleyway, kind of gets lured back there as she kind of walks backwards, I recall. But Sarah manages to put a stop to that and say, "Get back here, Insidaria. You're going to get burned if you go down that aisle." So pretty much backing them up. And at that point, you know, Smiles put an ambush up. Waited for you guys, and then as soon as you all started to move into position, she started taking pot shots at Insidaria, pretty much weakening her at several points to where, you know, it was just you guys searching out for Smiles and everything. And eventually we had this big old chase going on. You guys became aware that it wasn't a trap from the Tiamat, it was this woman who was acting out on her own. And eventually you cornered this crazed woman, managed to wound her down to 0 HP, and take her in unconsciously, tying her up in ropes. And I think we were in the alleyway, about a block away from the Tiamat cult warehouse, where we join our group in the middle of Timor. So, painting the scene, we have Smiles tied up in ropes. She's been gagged or whatever and just left there tied up. So the ideal for the group now is, how do we get her back to wherever we're going to take her to talk to? And scene opens. Go ahead.
Can we take her to our house?
Yeah, I can make that happen.
I'm not too sure about taking a assailant to our place of residence.
She would have gotten in anyway.
Gotten in.
Now we know she's there.
She's knocked out right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she's unconscious.
Okay, so if we transfer her to the house, she still won't know where our house is, just that she's somewhere new. And then when if she leaves, I can work her out of there without her actually knowing where it is.
You want to make a one-way trip with her alone?
Let's send someone first to the place then.
I can go.
I would like to keep an eye on her. Make sure she doesn't try anything funny.
Well, right now you're all in this alley with this girl all tied up in the streets. Well, not in the streets, but you definitely see passerbyers coming down the openings of the main street. I mean, you haven't drawn any attention from anybody just yet.
I have a question.
Yes.
If I use Dimension Door, do I have to go with the other person through it? Or can I just open it up and let someone else go?
Good question. Like, I
Are you
think
talking
there's...
about throwing the body through it?
It's like, yeah, push him through.
No, I'm talking about opening up, let Zareth go, then doing another one too.
Can you post the spell real quick? Otherwise, I'll look it up.
So I think rules as written say you and
Well,
Someone
you could
else.
you could put her in the bag of holding and then just take her out after going through.
We could do that. There's 10 minutes of air in there.
Yeah.
Works for me.
Hmm.
All right, I'm gonna
for
shove
the-
her in
for
the
the-
bag of holding.
For the sake let me get an Arcana check from you, Oscar, if you want to continue to do what you're suggesting. You think you can manipulate Dimension Door to pull it off if you wanted to. So if you just
Okay.
want to open the door once and then just send one person through, and then go through a second door that it's still going to expend the spell twice. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Alright, so go ahead. You
Yeah.
can do that if you want.
So, do you guys want to just want me to open 2 doors, or do you want to do the bag of holding?
The bag of holding.
The back of holding and 2 doors.
tiger her up, send her through with either me or Leo, and then Zareth and whoever else use a second door. Everyone else can walk. Shouldn't be,
Yeah, you're technically not that far. Maybe like 4 or 5
Yeah.
blocks from home.
and not more than a minute walking, I wouldn't think.
Yeah.
The only problem I see is the bag of holding might not be suitable for a body frame to fit through, especially a human. Now a gnome, halfling, I could see stuffing them, but a full-size human, I don't know. We check the. Like, I think bag of holding has like its own physical dimensions, right?
2 feet in diameter is the opening.
That's a very slim.
Well,
Yeah,
we're also
that
on a
makes
little
sense.
slip of a girl too. It's
Yeah.
not big.
Alright, I'll leave it up to you guys what you want to do then.
They try to
Who's
cram
that
Leo in
from
it,
the bag
probably
of
wouldn't
holding?
work. But I think Smiles will fit.
Yeah.
Alright, so you're all gonna be stuffing this woman in the bag then, huh?
We'll do legs first so that she has more air.
Alright. Ooh.
So, do you want to roll sleight of hand or something?
I think you just
no,
like,
that wouldn't be.
2 of us pick her up and lower her in feet first. She'll just
I mean, that'd
basically
be-
fall in.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be something like an athletics check to pick her up, but she's light enough. I wouldn't say that'd be trouble, especially with as many guys as is around. No, you can go ahead and start putting her in. I just want to make sure that's everything we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright, so you start sliding her feet in. You allow her body to fall in a little bit further, and then as soon as her arms are kind of like up in the air, so you can kind of squeeze her through the rest way, or they're just sitting at her side. I don't know which at this point. You might have had them held up. Oh no, she's tied up. She's hog tied. Never
Yeah.
mind. She just and she's in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, her feet are tied to her hands as well. So drop the brick in, and there she goes. She's pooped. Now what do you want to do? As minute 1 starts.
I am
Oscar,
going
can you-
to open up. Yeah, I'm going to open up a door to the main room of
The
our
basement.
house. The basement?
Yeah.
The basement.
Okay. I'll open up a room straight to the basement.
You see a dimension door pop up before you as Oscar kind of puts his hand out. And who are you sending through?
I
Zareth, I think, with the bag.
Zareth with the bag, which means one more
Yes.
person could go with him.
Leo will go.
So Zareth and Leo uses that door.
So Borden's just gonna start walking there then.
Alright.
That way,
And Oscar, you're free to either dimension door or save your spells. It's up to you.
You can walk, I think.
You can't fly yet.
Yeah.
We're keeping track of levels.
Yeah, I'm gonna save spells.
Alright.
Yeah.
So the rest of you are just kind of inclined to walk the 5 blocks back to where you were.
Yeah, not too bad.
So yeah, with that, Zareth and Leo, you're in the basement now. And your basement is pretty dank, like dusty as all get out. Like nobody really came down here to clean fully. It was just kind of cleared out. But definitely serviceable. It's kind of dark right now, so as soon as you vamped in, it's really kind of like dark vision wise you can see, I believe, right? So both of you?
Yep.
Alright,
Yep.
so yeah, you can tell you're in the basement, but you know, it's still kind of dark. What do you want to do?
I'll pull smiles out of the bag.
Alright, so you reach in the bag, you pull Smiles out, and you're met with this angry look as her eyes are wide open, having to fight for air. And she stares at you guys with whatever gag you have on her, and she's just... Meanwhile, the other guys are just now making a block. So you have her out. What do you want to do now?
I'll look at Zareth.
Nothing for now. Let her wear herself out.
Yeah, she's just kind of wiggling and wiring and testing the ropes. But yeah.
I'm going to lean against the wall and ready an action if she breaks free to shoot an arrow.
All right. Let me roll something for her.
Remember -2 to strength checks.
Yeah, she's not
Yeah.
doing strength, dude. But that's not what she's doing. I was checking to see how perceptive she was. Alright, so basically I'm just going to ask, you guys are just going to wait till everybody gets here, right?
Yep.
Alright, so
I'm-
a little
yeah,
time
okay.
passed. Yeah, Sarah? Yeah?
Leo, can you move up and guard the door in case she gets past?
Yeah, I'll go and sit on the stairs.
Alright, so you're kind of blocking the way out. About a minute and a half, 2 minutes pass, and then you finally hear the door up front opening as whoever wants to open it, you know, you make your way in, and the rest of you are able to kind of ascertain where they're at, and you can join them.
Yeah.
So you three are going to start heading downstairs?
Yep.
Yep.
I will take off my dagger, my crossbow, and all the bolts before I go down.
You're disarming.
I'm taking off all the weapons, yes.
Alright. So you're like putting all your weapons off to the side somewhere before you head down. And all of a sudden you guys downstairs hear the thunk, 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 thunk of people coming down the stairs. And you see Leo right there at the bottom.
She's awake.
And you see the struggling Smiles looking up at everybody, her hands tied behind her back, her legs tied to her hands, and she's just staring at you with this gag on her mouth, just this evil glare.
I'll cast light so it's brighter here now.
Alright, so the
Don't
light... Oh, already done.
Keep her in the dark. Keep her guessing.
Okay.
And the light
so you let the light
fades out.
spell dissipate.
Okay, yeah.
Alright, so the light spell goes away. Who does not have night vision or dark vision? Just so that I'm aware.
I can see.
Can Insidaria see in the night or the dark?
Yes, I have dark vision. You can see dim light of 60 feet as if it was bright light.
Let's see, and Oscar, you can too, right? Was there? I don't know if this was the group that was full night vision or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, okay then. Yeah, so you guys are all fine here, and this woman's just like, and she's still wiggling around, but she's not able to do anything. So now that you're all gathered here, this woman before you just crumpled up in a big old present of sorts. What do you want to do?
Now, should we interrogate her why she attacked me and us?
Well, she attacked you because you killed that woman.
If she could giggle, she would.
Shut up.
Hmm.
The question is I want to know why she attacked you. My very presence should have prevented her from doing so.
Oh, she's still gagged. She can't tell you squat at this point.
You know this woman?
Yes, we trained together.
Hmm.
Even went out on some of the on some missions.
She's still wiggling around a little violently and just wanting to get free, but just can't quite do it.
I will summon up my scimitar and just cut the gag out.
She just kind of hisses at you.
Just wanted to be nice, but why did you have to attack me?
Shouldn't have healed her.
And what did she do wrong to wrong you?
She doesn't answer.
Can you please answer?
Oh yes, let's interrogate her with a persuasion on that. She doesn't take. Well, hold on, let me. Bless you, dear person. Let's see what she does. Yeah, she just keeps quiet.
Can you tell me now?
If she could flip you off, she would. You can kind of see her
Yeah.
hands wanting to.
Oh well, that's all I got, everyone. I don't know how to do this. Clearly, I now saw.
This warlock of Illumina, who is a good goddess, and you're trying to be this badass.
That's all I got. Good luck, everyone.
I believe she had a. Okay. Alright, so. Yeah, what do you want to do?
I'll desummon my blade, of course.
What else?
Nah.
Well,
So,
Smiles, let's start with something simple.
Hmm.
How long have you been doing this?
Doing what? And she smiles at you.
I walk to her and kick her in the ribs.
Hawk of a feather.
Sorry, what did you say?
I couldn't remember the term, sorry. Just saying one of them, like,
Bird of a feather that flocks together? Is that what you were thinking?
yeah, I couldn't remember it, okay?
Oh, no, you're fine. But let me get back into Smile's character. She's cringing in pain, but she's just giggling to herself.
Yeah, this is not gonna work. Not on the short term, at least.
I'm just, I'm gonna heal her once with the,
Don't.
Not do it.
okay, fine. One of these nights.
We need to keep her alive, not well and rested.
And just feed her the bare minimum and heal her.
How much you want to heal her?
Where's my healing spell? Crap, I can't find it.
I think you got like a pull of 35, and
Yeah.
I think you used some of it to heal that woman, if I recall last session.
Yeah,
What do you got
I
left on
did.
you?
Oh, healing light. So I'll use one healing light. heal 7, and that's it.
That's it? Alright, so...
Yeah.
Let me pop that out. And pop that out. Alright, so, yeah, she... Pain's not so bad.
Who do you work for?
Make a intimidation check.
Ouch.
You know what's funny? Her insight rolled 3. She kind of looks at you a bit and stares at you, noticing your... Well, actually, she can't notice much of anything, but she can tell your figure, tell your voice, and she's like, huh, you must be that half-orc that travels with this group that I saw. Who do I work for? I don't work anymore. Kind of part of the problem, she blurts out as she just kind of rolls back up into herself.
So you don't work, but why are you going around town killing everybody?
A knife must stay sharpened.
I'll go ahead and look at Zareth with a questioning glance. Is that one of... With, like, kind of give him the look that's like... Is that you guys?
What do you mean, like, out of character? Like, is that something that...
You had mentioned previously about you being a knife.
Yes. So, yeah, I know what she means.
Gotcha, that's what I was going at.
So, how long?
It's probably going on... She kind of stays quiet. Make a persuasion check or intimidation, however you want to try to talk to her. Oh, nice persuasion. Me inside you. You can hear a click under her tongue as she rolls away from you, making sure you don't see her face. And she just kind of... Month and a half, perhaps? Maybe 2. Maybe 3. It's hard to remember. So hard to remember.
So, you too, huh?
She doesn't say anything to that.
Can I insight check that?
She's got her face turned away, but go ahead. You can't really make heads or tails of it. I mean, you got your own sense of what you think it is, and it's probably right, maybe, but you don't have anything solid to go on from just from her being quiet.
So, why were you looking for Claw?
She doesn't answer you. You feel like she's locking up on purpose. Just asking the question, you can already feel like it's not going to get you an answer.
Oh yeah, what time of day is it again?
Oh, we're still looking at midday, if I recall correctly, around 2 to 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys kind of went out in broad daylight to do all this. And she's just as brave as you guys, so...
Then I should probably take a short rest to try to do the infiltration at night. Get my spells back.
Alright,
And you guys can do the intimidation, interrogation.
So you're just going to kind of sit down and just be quiet and rest up a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have us on a table or anything here, but where exactly do you see yourself standing in relation to the stairs and her?
Well, you could go
Well, I
upstairs.
could go to
You've
my
got a room,
room.
right?
Yeah, I'm going to my room.
Okay, so you're leaving the area completely. Alright. She kind of lets out a grunt and kind of spits a little bit as you walk away. But other than that, she's practicing silence now.
Alright, Star, so I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
I've just heard two people talk about memory issues. Is there something I could do to figure this out? Like, to investigate medicine? Like, trying to figure a likely source. Because, you know, they're obviously related, the two of them.
How would you like to go about that? I guess I should ask. Like, you have these two here. How do you want to go about sensing or sassing out such information?
Well, seeing as Zareth is, you know, got both of his hands free, and the other one doesn't. Pretty easy
I
to.
have a bow drawn aimed at Smiles.
Yeah, but,
Well, you're not tied down.
yeah, you're not tied down. Like, you can put the bow up and punch me if you feel like being a dick.
Alright, so what do you want to do?
See, like, I'm not quite sure, you know, even what kind of a check it would be to try to figure out the source of the block. Like, if it's a biologic thing, if it's a magic thing. Like, there's too many ways for it to go.
Like, if you suspect it to be magic, you could probably roll an Arcana check, but you would have to do something physically to them, I would think, to try to assess it out as well. I mean, just kind of tell me how this whole situation, like, how would you see yourself getting to that locale of ideal?
Well, I mean, it's a bit old to check for, you know, trauma to the head without, you know, cutting them open and looking for breaks in the skull.
Oh, she did take a bit of a fall a while ago, didn't she?
Yeah, but that doesn't explain why Zareth would have memory issues as well.
True enough. Yeah, and Sidari kind of healed some of that damage, though.
Yeah.
Gee, if only there was like a sorcerer or a wizard who could make those kind of checks.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
hint, nudge, nudge. Don't make me play this game with
Good
you.
morning.
Yeah. Do you want me to try to find that out?
It'd be a start.
So Arcana check.
Yeah, and for this here, you're kind of like, I don't know, you're like holding your source, your, what's it called? Your Arcana.
Just focus.
Yeah, focus, that's what I'm thinking. So you pull out your focus, and you're kind of going, like, you're doing a magical sweep with your Arcana check. And for that, your initial sweep kind of tells you, I can't pick up anything.
Because there's no spell that I found that's just like, you know, triage or...
No, I mean, you could do a medicine check to see if there's physical damage, but like you said, it's probably more internal. I mean...
And I'm not gonna go cutting the poor girl up.
Why? She's done some cutting.
Leo can smack him on the head.
But yeah, it's up to you guys to kind of do it. You just seen Oscar kind of do an Arcana check over Smiles, just trying to get a sass of what information he can ascertain, and his initial sweep just didn't produce any results he could pick up on.
Do you not have
You're not there.
read emo- No, I'm just saying. Saying character. Do you not have read emotion or something like that?
What is
It's
There's
calm
something like that.
emotion, it's not mind reading.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There are probably spells that could be used if you had them.
Yeah.
To
I mean, short of popping the divination.
but that's as far as hints I'm going to give you. So you got to kind of figure out what you want to do here.
I don't know if Lesser Restoration will do it, but I bet Greater Restoration will do it.
Good thing I'm rested. I can use greater restoration.
Too bad you're not downstairs to hear this conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to your room.
Yeah.
Be quiet.
No, but go ahead and continue. So what do you guys want to do? As you're coming to some kind of idea of what to do.
She's locking up. We won't be getting much more out of her for a while at least.
We can always turn her into the guards. They're looking for someone who's killing people in the streets.
Make a perception check. But go ahead. And anybody who wants to. That's downstairs.
I'd be watching this shit like a hawk.
Just see her, those who rolled 15 and higher, just see her kind of turn in their direction and just smile to that insinuation of turning her into the guards.
The guards will just lock her up, torture her some more, and then eventually hang her.
Should we just put her out of her misery now?
Bit dark for you, isn't it?
She tried to kill people. She killed many innocent people.
You can hear her mutter under her breath, "How do you know they're innocent?"
How do you know that they weren't?
She just kind of scoffs. You can roll insight on that if you want. Leo.
Sure.
Everyone or just Leo?
Just Leo. Yeah, you just kind of get the sense that maybe she's either messing with you, but you're not totally sure. So she's, you kind of, I don't know, her words seems to be kind of having an effect to where, what if they were? You know,
I say we kill her and then give her to the guards for some gold.
I'm gonna go ahead and put this a little more accurately for you. That's a bit dark for you. It's not a question, dude.
She killed many innocent people, or I believe they're innocent.
And we've killed people who are just trying to make a living at times. Yeah, banditry's illegal, but they're trying to survive.
True that.
Do you just want to release her back into the wilds? She's just going to kill more people.
No, I think we need to find a common ground. She needs to keep herself busy. Just as much as I need to.
We are looking for a maid.
I'm sorry.
I'm not thinking that's a good idea.
I love it. Let's do it. That's a great idea.
Leo,
I love that idea.
I'm
hurts
not
my
entirely sure if we can pull that off, but that is a lovely idea.
She kind of smirks and like, made by day, killer by night. Sounds great to me.
I mean,
And
we are
we
looking for
definitely
more
have a
people.
guard.
Yeah, we have a guard, we have a maid, we have someone to take care of people who we don't like. She's looking for work.
Yeah. You are definitely presenting some very interesting problems for her to think about. So go ahead and keep talking. I'm listening.
I mean, if we can somehow get her to overlook that in Syndra, or Cindy just healed one of her
Marks.
targets, yeah. If we can get her to overlook that, then she won't try to kill her in the night.
So Oscar, you're over there starting to put a silver thread
Yeah,
down.
I'm just something occurred to me that I'm pretty much sure that she was working alone, but just to make absolutely sure that. Well, I didn't see any magic on her, did I?
Well, you
So-
just did an Arcana check. Do you want to detect magic?
We got time. She's not really going anywhere soon.
Yeah, I'll start a ritual cast or detect magic.
Right, so he's taking about 10 minutes to do. Are you doing the alarm first, though? I mean, I just want to know what all you're doing.
Detect magic first and alarm.
Let's see.
Just to make sure that if she wasn't working alone, they probably have some type of, I don't know, tracking device or something.
Yeah, I'm just looking something up just to see. Let me look something up real quick.
If she works for us, it'd give her opportunities to look for her claw and give her access to people she wouldn't normally have access to in the light of day. Stop metagaming, Cindy. You're not here.
No, I just assumed that's what he was doing. I was just trying to.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out where you're getting off trying to offer her a job in the house after she's already attempted to kill one person with us. When you're also looking, we can just flat kill her right now and...
Well, if you can't kill your enemy, you might as well hire him.
With your detect magic finally going off, you do not detect anything.
I'm still going to put up an alarm surrounding the basement room, and everyone in our little party is going to be, like, free to roam.
Yeah, no problem. So yeah, he doesn't detect magic, and you can tell him you don't detect any magic on him.
Yeah, I'm going to say that.
And you see Oscar now going around with a silver thread, just kind of outlining the area of his maximum effect with the alarm spell. And you can kind of see like a pouty face on Smiles as she kind of leans her head up a bit. How long am I going to be tied up like this?
Until we figure out what to do with you.
Oh, please hurry. You know, this is not always the easiest way to be positioned.
I know.
Would you want to work for us? Would you kill us in the night?
Of course I would. I mean, would consider not doing it.
Great.
You can insight
By
that
the
if
way,
you like. And what?
I've heard some rumors that the Valentina house has been raided a while ago. Do you know anything about that? Miles?
Mm-hmm. That's all she offers you for that. Take it you're trying to deceive her?
To what?
Are
You
you
glitched out.
I said, are you trying to deceive her?
Well, I'm more fishing for information about the
Yeah.
noble itself, because I can't remember.
Yeah. Go ahead and, Rissa, go ahead and make a deception, because I was like, I don't recall anything happening there, so I was like making sure that's a deception you were trying to do.
No,
Let's see what she gets, and I'll get back to your insight on that. She doesn't bite towards your words there, Zareth. And with that insight check, her wording, maybe she's just messing with you, but still you don't know whether you could take either truth or falsehood for which statement, because her nature seems too chaotic to deal with at the moment.
Does anybody else have any ideas to deal with her?
keep her locked up for a while, but we're going to be needing some accommodations for it.
We don't have a jail cell, and I'm pretty sure she's at least already slipped out of those rope binds.
She smiles at Leo.
Oh no, a chain, a couple of handcuffs, and a beam will do.
She stands up. The ropes fall off. As she stands
I
there
fire
perfectly...
arrow.
Fire the arrow.
I
then.
cast haste on her, and then I dispel it instantly,
Oh.
putting her in a state of lethargy.
She still gets one round of haste.
Not if, can I cast it and then do a bonus action to dispel it?
It sounds so useless to be wasting a haste on. Well, how about we let Zareth go first? Because if he does enough damage, he might be able to kill her.
Great, she's dead.
Yep. As the words slip out of Leo's mouth, an arrow pierces through her chest, and she's impaled back into the wall.
Why does he get a killer? I wanted to kill her.
Why do you think I have my bow ready?
Why do you think I have my swords ready?
Alright, so before we, kill and whatnot, like, how far dead is this? Like, is this Spare the Dying dead? Because obviously there's more to, go on here.
Yeah.
I assume she's just unconscious, but
She is currently making saving throws, if that's what you want to know.
Then, yeah.
Alright, so if we're going off her saves, she becomes unconscious once more, but stable.
I tie her back up again.
Let me get a dexterity check.
she's just gonna slip out of them again. I'm sitting on the stairs.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh, natural
That's
20.
what- At a 14.
He pulls those ropes around. He's like, I know what fucking knots to tie now. This bitch ain't getting free. And he just goes to work. So her new DC is going to be 25 to break out.
That being said,
Mm-hmm.
instead of shooting her again, I say we leave her to sit. Bring a chair down here. What do we have in the basement? Is there a
There's
chair?
nothing.
There's a stairwell where you guys came in that you can sit down and watch her. Otherwise, there's no furniture down here yet. Like, you still got customizing to do down here if you want to do anything.
Why did you do that, Zareth? She wasn't making a move to kill any of us. We took all her shit.
I know, and I wasn't gonna take chances.
Regardless, I figured it's best we leave her here and let her sit it out for a minute.
Yes, but it might be a good idea to find something better to tie her up with than just ropes.
Star, you
Does
plan on
any
my
of you
sheet.
have-
Yeah, I was checking to see if you did something. Sorry.
If I did something,
Yeah. I was checking the board. I didn't see it right off the bat.
Does any of you have handcuffs?
You guys don't have any kind of supplies like manacles or chains or anything of that nature to my knowledge, but you can always go next door to a general shop and see if you can find something. Or say you're going looking, which if that's what somebody wants to do, run an errand.
I think we'd need manacles. I think leg irons would be best. We can leave her down here with a chair. I've got a bag of beans and a pitcher of water.
Sounds like a plan.
We could check to see if the magic guy's got any magical implements that'll hold her in place.
You think we're still welcome there? After our little show this morning?
We should be.
We didn't do anything bad at the magic shop.
It was what happened outside the magic shop that kind of.
Well, Sydney.
Oh, the dragon.
Oh yeah, I'm here trying to think what happened up there again because.
Sergio from Rosati's.
Hey, how's it going? Somebody better answer that.
Hello.
Target.
The dragon cookie story happened there, and then Cynthia pulling a cloak of flies in the store, yelling, and then running out.
I remember that.
Right. She needs to keep that shit under control. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to kill her.
Yeah, and she's fucking upstairs. Like, I'm staying away from that situation. It's Adaria. Let's visit you for a second, cause you know, been a while.
It was his phone.
No, was it his phone? Then we'll just keep going.
If you guys want to go,
Oh, no.
for some,
That's okay. What do you need?
No, go.
What do you need to say?
Hold on a second. Go ahead, Oscar.
I was going to say, if you guys want to go shopping for some locking mechanism or something, I can stay here and watch. I have an idea that would probably make it impossible for our escape.
Hold on a second. My headset decided to turn down. What'd you say?
So I have an idea that would probably make it impossible for her to escape.
Sergio from Rosati's.
Damn, them telemarketers working on a Sunday.
No,
I don't know who Sergio is.
The hours of sleep I need. Is it okay if I go help my boss with one delivery? Come back.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, man.
Okay.
So
Alright,
we'll just say you're resting for now. We'll let these guys do the mundane stuff. So go ahead and hurry up.
Okay, got it.
Alright, so with Insidaria taking a needed quick leave real quick, so you guys are kind of in the thought that you need to go buy manacles or locking mechanisms. So where would we like to begin, and who are we leaving where?
So I want to hear Oscar's idea first.
Not down here. She might find a way to work around it. I'll stay here and stand guard. You can patch me. You can fill me in later.
Okay, so I have. I'm assuming we're out of the room now, except for Zero.
So the three of you go upstairs? Is that what's going on?
Okay, is this a trap door or a
No, it's
door?
just a stairwell that goes down. Like, it's a stair that goes down, then makes like an L shape to go further down, and then it's that big open expanse.
What I mean, like, to enter this, there's no doors anywhere?
No, it's like, I could
Okay.
show you my outlay, which is pretty shitty, but I'll show it to you again. I'll throw you on the boat first, because apparently you can only have so many visible maps. And then, yeah. So like, you got this open reception area, right? And then you can just go downstairs here to get to where you're at. And then it L's off and lets you enter the expanse of it underneath.
So the downstairs goes like...
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's kind of like the central point of the room. And I think sometime after this session, if somebody has a list of all the furniture and stuff that you order, because apparently I think that was on a notepad file that was on my other laptop, which, you know, got pretty much taken care of. So I might have to get that off somebody if you got it. Otherwise, we can go over that information out of game, and we can try to remember what everything was. But yeah, I think I lost that info. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I'll start using.
I've got a
OneDrive
copy
little
of all the furnishings.
bit. All right, cool. But yeah, so three of you came back upstairs. Sarah's staying down below, correct? Leo, Oscar.
I believe
Yep.
so.
All right, and
Yeah.
we got Insidaria just kind of resting upstairs. What would you guys like to do?
Would do you guys think that the hut that I can make, nothing can pass through it except people that I say can't? Do you think that would block the stairwell?
The only problem is you'd have to stay there.
Well, I'm going to be watching her anyway. And until you get back, I can stay there. It's just a temporary solution.
Yeah, that could work.
Won't be gone, but what?
Before-
4 minutes going to the shop and back?
Before we go too far into that, let's go into a better description of your basement. Now, I'll work with you guys here because I would just want to say is, do you think you would have like glass windows that are close towards the ceiling of the basement that kind of leak light into the area, or do you think it's just completely pitch black, no windows anywhere?
I would say it's pretty dark in there. No windows anywhere.
No windows
I
anywhere?
thought it would be surrounded completely, top, bottom, all sides by bricks.
It's a basement. You're not going to have windows in a basement.
No, some basements have like a window that's right there by the alleyway to where you can kind of
Yeah,
from there. But I'm just asking for my general, as Smiles has made perception checks on like a way to get out. I just want to make sure, like if that's not an option for her, I don't want to like. And then there was this window, but
No,
that's
it's all torch and candlelight as far as I was concerned.
okay. Just making sure we agree on that. All right, that's fine. That's what it is. So she won't have that option.
I'm not sure if there is even light down there.
No, there's not. And that's kind of like why I brought it up. Well, I mean, there could have been, but like where you guys dropped off, you're in the middle of the room, so you're not near any of the walls that, if they had windows, that would shine enough in here to be worthwhile, I don't think. But, no, I just wanted to pass that by you, so in case it came into play, I'll know where to go with it. So, yeah, Smiles won't have that option. So the stairwells looks like her only means of escape, and sounds like a solid suggestion from, if you ask me, but it's up to you guys what you want to do.
I'm still standing guard downstairs, so unless the guys come back down, I keep standing
So
here.
Leo, or Oscar, or Borden, tell me where your group is going. Because right now you got Sarah.
Yeah, the hut idea will work. But what are we gonna do to have a more permanent solution? I mean, we could build cells down there, but that'll take a while.
I could use some fire to weld the door shut, but I don't know how we get
There's
it
no
open.
door, I thought.
There's no door leading down. No, it's just an
No,
open
what-
stairwell.
No door. Okay, I thought there was a door.
No, it's just an open stairwell going down. The only doorway between, the basement and upstairs is at the front door. So,
Well, if it's open like that, it wouldn't be so dank and there's air circulation then. Kind of why I figured there's a door myself, but
I mean, this place still hasn't been lived in until you guys got here. So, I mean, it's still getting cleared out for the most part. Not a lot of focus happened downstairs just yet. But yeah, are we going shopping or are we staying here? That's pretty much where I'm at. I don't know what you guys want to do.
I can stay here. I don't really need to go shopping. You guys probably know what's better to get.
You
Take
already-
Zareth with you. He's in that field. He would probably know how to keep one of his own under control.
Okay.
Alright, so so Leo, you're gonna go back downstairs and tell Zareth to go?
Yep.
Alright, so go ahead and... So you hear a thump, thump, thump coming from up above Zareth as somebody comes back down.
Do you want to head upstairs, Zareth? They're getting ready to head out.
Sure, keep an eye on her.
Yep.
I mean, she's gonna
And
be
if it comes
unconscious
to it,
for
don't
an hour or so, right?
Yeah, she'll be unconscious for 1 to 4 hours. I don't know if he's rolled it yet or if he's decided
Just so you know, it's been rolled.
Cool.
Okay, I go upstairs.
Alright, so you go upstairs, you see Oscar and Borden waiting for you.
So, Oscar, what was that idea you had?
It's just a temporary solution. We should probably find something more permanent. Should we try to keep her down there with magic or with tools? What do you think?
Both. Preferably the magic on the second line so that it isn't as obvious, so that you run into it unexpected.
Okay.
And maybe we should put something like a trapdoor on here.
I think a trapdoor is architecturally impossible from the way it's set up.
It would take time, but we could do it eventually. It's not a short-term solution, but we could look into it. Oh, I'm not there. Never mind.
You could be hearing this
Leo.
from downstairs, yeah.
Keep an eye on her.
I'm just sitting on the stairs, staring at her, taking up the staircase.
Yeah, man. You settle in for your guard duty, and the rest of you are still in debate about where you want to head to get whatever it is you think you might need to keep her locked up. So, what's your general idea? Like, all I'm hearing is speculation. I need a confirmed idea.
Well, chain, handcuffs, probably a leg bar or something. And maybe a chair if she behaves well.
Maybe a chair. Alright, so where do you want to look for these things? That's basically step 2.
Chains we can get from a smithy. Manacles, I'm not so sure. Maybe a general store.
I mean, within reason, we should be able to get all of it at a smithy.
Probably sounds
Alright,
about
let's do that.
Unless your manacles are made of wood.
Some of them are, aren't they?
Let's not do that.
So we're heading to a smith. Wonder, did we make one? Let me pull up one note and find out. Alright, so the 3 of you are heading out. Just double check my notes here. Since you're already in like the crafting district and whatnot, it doesn't take you long to find a smithy, and this one here is called the Steel Knights, and you can see like certain displays of armor as you walk in. Half plates mostly, some breastplates, and chainmails of swords, and then you see a random amounts of weapons such as long swords, short swords, a couple battle axes, just kind of leveraged up into locations where you can kind of buy them. You see a man, human, kind of red-haired, freckled face, but he's got this apron on and everything. Kind of looks at you guys as you enter in, and top of the afternoon to you guys. How are you doing?
Good afternoon to you too. Well, we're doing fine. But we're looking for a chain and some manacles. Do you have some?
Chain and manacles, yeah. They usually have them serviced here from the guards and everything. It's usually guards that come in and ask for that stuff. Can I ask what you guys plan on doing with it?
Yes, we caught a little thief in our house, and we would rather keep her there until the guard arrives.
Make a persuasion check. Or deception, whichever.
Manacles are in the basic adventures gear. It would be that weird to have them.
you know, I'll concede that, yeah. So he'll go ahead and produce some manacles and some chains. And he just gives you a side glance. Here you go. These go for about 5 gold each.
I pay for it.
Just getting, like, these manacles are like hand, and the chains kind of loop through, and there's manacles for the legs as well, so you can literally chain this girl to the ceiling if you wanted to.
That was the idea.
Alright, so yeah, you got body manacles, I guess you could say. It should do the trick, you think. And he gets the 5 gold from me. He's like, anything else I can get you guys?
So he wouldn't happen to have a larger pair of manacles, say something you would put around, like an ogre.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear him. What did he say?
Larger diameter manacles that you'd put around, you know, like an ogre.
Oh, I'm pretty sure we got... Yeah, there's some larger ones back here. We had to deal with all sorts, like orcs, half-giants, ogres, like you said, yeah. Are you wanting a pair of these, or what? They go for about 7 gold. A little bit more material.
Understandable. That and then a few bars, with the straight bars with loops on the end.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That'd be a great idea to have, wouldn't it? Yeah. Here he pulls out the straight bar and loop. He'll tell you about 8 to 10. Yeah, 8 gold for Witcher 1.
Alrighty.
Just 2 bars with loops. Is that what I'm hearing?
At the least, I would need a total of 5.
Then let's bump that up to 10.
Alrighty.
That way I got it. Yeah. I'm imagining you're one to like thrust these bars in the ground and just kind of chain them into the center or something like that. Or am I thinking something
not
else?
quite.
Yeah. All right. Well, all right.
2 foot length, give or take, yeah. 2 to 3.
Yeah, and now my sending stone is going off. And I cannot mute. Be right back, guys. Hello. Recording. Sorry about that.
Well, if you need a quick run, then I guess.
No. If we'll probably take a break by then, so I'll be able to take care of it then. Hopefully.
So bars and when I was asking about the ogre-sized manacles, they will fit around her neck, correct? Like, they're beefy enough to fit around her neck and not slip off the top of her head.
No, yeah, I would say so.
Because
yeah.
I wasn't going to ask for an iron collar. That's a little weird. That's
that probably would have been better to ask for, because now she would have leg room to wiggle out of it if she wanted to, though. I mean, he okay, so let's back up a hair and just say he shows you what he's got, and you're like, these giant manacles that he's showing you, they definitely look like, I mean, they'll go over her head, but they look like they would easily come off as well. It doesn't tighten down enough. And he's just under the influence that you're hunting ogres from your description.
Well, see, it was just a base guesstimation, but I figure an ogre wrist is about a human neck, not a human head.
They're pretty big, beefy creatures, and she's a woman. I mean, she's got a thinner neck than that. Like, it may suit, but it's hard to tell. You weren't able to kind of measure it exactly, but you think if she even has a hair of room, she'd be able to get out of it. Is the impression you're getting.
Well, seeing as, you know...
I mean, it's not uncommon to ask for iron collars around here.
It's like an iron collar, like maybe one that has, you know, a ratcheting resize type mechanism.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to discuss it with him, like, he's just trying to get an idea of what you're wanting, and as you're kind of going over, it's like, well, it's got to fit around a smaller neck. I thought it would, you know, this would be perfect, or something to that effect. And kind of going through the situation with you, just trying to figure out what exactly you're wanting. He can procure you a metal collar that, and like those metal rings that you ordered with it. I think you could probably get all that for about 5 gold instead of the 10.
I mean, the price is somewhat irrelevant right now.
Yeah, but
this is all coming together to one, you know, deal when it's done.
Yeah, but less material, less price. So yeah, he's like the collar, and you want like a crank cane or a pulley system of some sort to crank it back or something.
I mean, I just figuring it, you know, sizable, you know, so get a tight fit. Keep from slipping out.
Yeah, you guys might snap her neck putting her in these restraints. So I'm gonna say like a pulley system that goes with it will be like 3 gold and 5 gold for the collar, and then you're pretty much got what you're looking for.
Well, and there were the iron bar. Well, then there were 5 iron bars with, you know.
You still want the iron bars?
I still need the iron bars for what I'm planning.
Alright, then yeah. So we'll add about 3
I figure it'd still come out around 10.
Yeah, around 10 gold. Yeah. After negotiating with him, he's like, oh, okay, then we got this figured all wrong. Let's do it this way. And with that, you have like what you're looking for: a pulley system and iron bars with loops and a collar that will chain into whatever you need it to chain into. And the blacksmith says, well, gruesome business, but if you need anything else, you let me know, alright?
Yes, sure, thanks for your help.
Absolutely. And with that business concluded at his shop, is there anything else you want to do here, or are you ready to move on?
Zereth got chain and manacles, right?
Yeah.
Chain, manacles, and a pulley system.
A set of body manacles is what I had.
Yeah, he's got like the hand to leg manacles, which is for the body.
No, we have those, and then we have some extra chain, I thought, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say...
Okay. So then, yeah, we've got everything I was thinking.
I will say you have 15 feet of chain.
Basically, what I want to do with that chain is attach it to the manacles and then suspend her on the ceiling so that she has to stand on her toes.
Won't quite need that much. You'll see what I mean when we get back.
Sure, let's grab a chair on the way, though, in case she well behaves. We're going to be needing to lure this one out.
Alright, so you guys start to leave our blacksmith. Heading back with your chains and implements of restraints. Anything else you need to do before you head back, or are we just going right back?
In the neighborhood, is there like a carpentry store that sells a chair, just a simple wooden chair of the lowest quality?
Yeah, there's like a carpenter house that has
one of those chairs as well.
We'll say it's like 5 silver for a simple stool. Would that work? Like a short stool? Yeah. Something you can at least carry without too much trouble, but it kind of sits low to the ground, about 2 feet off. If you need something a little taller, let me know. Is basically what the guy's telling you.
I was actually hoping for a simple wooden chair.
With a back and arms on it?
Just the back, not the arms.
I would say for 5 silver, you can probably get a decent, or what would we call it? Essential
Ooh.
chair.
Yes, essential chair. That was.
We'll
what I
get you
was
an
looking
essential
for.
chair that doesn't offer any benefits whatsoever, so it's going to the basement.
But it is a chair, so
Yeah, it is a
reward
chair,
if you well
so-
behave.
Alright, so you managed to grab, you put the stool down, you grab the actual chair that you're looking for, and then you're ready to head back to the, back to your little shop. So, now
Yes.
that you guys are heading back, anything else we need to do or cover before we go into chaining this poor girl up?
Is there any way on any place on the ceiling that we can attach the chain to? And stuff
Well,
like
before
that?
you get back, let me get back to the other people. Well, Insidaria is probably still out. I didn't hear them come back in. But, Leo, you still here?
Yep.
Alright, go ahead and make a perception check as the first hour kind of passes by. You got an eye on her like a hawk. She has not moved since they left. And you're definitely sure she hasn't been able to move an inch from where she last was. So, as far as you're aware, you're nothing this hour indicates that she woke up. And then eventually your 3-man crew that left to go get chains and manacles manages to make their way back downstairs, and you guys may proceed to have this conversation of how you're going to chain her up.
Quite simple, really, if she's still in. Do you have a blank empty map, Star?
I can make one real quick, yeah.
Because I feel like there's going to be a little bit of geometry that
Alright,
goes
so
into this.
how about this? Fresh screen.
Alright. Promise I've not held people against their will.
I'm back.
Welcome back. And you are now downstairs and able to have this conversation as you see Borden about to outline his plan to chain her up. And that's why
That
we're on a
didn't
blank
work.
page.
Hold Alt or... Yeah. Oh, it's gonna work that time. Now that I've got literal cockpit. Alright. And then... You stick people are awesome.
Sure, why not? Perfect representation.
Well, it gets the job done, so they're brilliant.
Alright. So, we have our collar, our handcuffs, the manacles, for arms and legs.
Yes.
So, these iron bars with the loops on them, and I'm pretending the chain doesn't exist quite just yet. We have iron bar from collar to hand, and then across.
So basically fully restricting her movement.
I mean, she can still move her elbows and shit, but her hands and head will be no closer than 2 feet from the others at any point in time.
Okay.
And
then do the same thing for her legs as well.
then we'll have that one to keep her legs from, keep her from running, pretty much. But with this, she can still, move and not be hogtied. And I don't know about you, but I don't think she's going to be breaking these iron bars with her Fraser implemented negative strength in the athletics.
It only takes a 20. Or lycanthropy.
Yeah,
That would be
then-
very bad.
That would be, wouldn't it?
Then
Better
Yeah.
hope she hasn't been
So-
bitten.
you can take a chain from the center and drag it down to there, and
So what
There
my
you go.
idea was then to just take the manacles and tie that to the
we're not hanging this girl by a collar.
Yeah, that won't work. I mean, still, I can see,
This
like...
just got 50 Shades of Weird, just
Yeah,
so we're all clear.
Is she attractive?
Yeah, she's
Christ.
very attractive, dude. She's a fucking assassin that'll kill with looks and actual daggers.
Let's hire her.
They're chaining up poor Smiles.
Yeah, I oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you weren't... What, you leave when they went shopping? These
Like,
are...
does anyone see a problem with this restraint system?
It looks very solid to me. So what were those metal bars with loops for then?
Those are the things going between neck, hands, and ankles.
Okay, yeah.
Because that keeps her from bringing stuff to her face or her hands together to try to leverage against and flip out.
What's the fifth bar for then? Because I count 4.
Spare
We have
parts.
to attach all this shit to something. Stick that 5th bar up in the rafter, nail through the holes in the ends of it, and then attach chain from rafters to middle of handbar. That way she doesn't fucking strangle herself. She just has to fall over.
No. So...
'Cause I'd rather not, come back and there's just a bloated purple corpse after a week of adventuring in our basement.
Well, probably there is, because no feeding and stuff like that.
You can go a few days without food. It's water that's the trick.
So hour 2 passes, and you guys start doing all this, right?
Yes.
Borden? Is that a yes from you too, or no?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was the battle plan. I just want to make sure everyone saw and could point flaws in it if they really saw something weird.
So you get to work on this. I will have you roll just for the rafter. I'm guessing you're gonna need, like, you'll still be using tools to get it beat it in, but you're trying to find a good rafter to, put it into where you can restrain it from that location. So just make it athletics, I believe will work. And you don't have
Athletics to look for it?
No, athletics to nail it in.
Not his smithing tools?
No, you
No,
think
okay,
my
convince
short
me.
ass can jump up to the rafters?
I don't think you can. No.
There is a
No,
stool, he can stand on it.
No, he does have a chair.
You're very funny.
No, what I'm just saying is, like, whoever wants to make the roll, unless there's tool kits that you want to use instead of.
I mean, I have
athletic.
Smith's tools,
All right, so
and then there's Pythons and a pack if you really wanted that.
yeah,
Like, we can straight attach it if, the walls are stone as opposed to wood.
okay, so we're doing it to a wall instead.
Well, if the walls are stone, we can use
Yeah.
the Pythons.
Yeah, go ahead and use the wall then. All right, so that because I heard rafters, I'm like, well, if we're going to attach this to the rafters, it's gonna, I was basically building a DC in case that was something that was going to happen. But if you're doing it a different way, I'll go with that.
I mean,
So-
I didn't know if the walls were wood or stone.
No, this underground area is all made out of stone all around.
Yeah, and then if you want,
mean,
like, I'll
there's-
make Smith tools to attach everything firmly together and make sure it's not coming apart.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that then. Yeah, I just wanted to see where I can see if I can get a roll of some sort so I can kind of put a DC on something in case she does try to break out of it. Alright, with that done, I'm going to move us off this.
A little above average. So.
I'm going to move us back to the front page. Give me a second.
Oh, I can delete that too real quick.
Well, I already...
Oh, you're poofed.
Oh, don't worry, you deleted it. But I'm probably going to just delete that map or use it. I'll use it later. It's on time.
You can use that for doodling space later.
Yeah, we can do that. So, now that we're back here, I will put... So, we're taking her out of the rope and putting her in chains now, right?
With chains and bars, yeah.
Yep.
I mean, first we're seeing if she's conscious.
Hour 2
Not
passes and she's still out.
But I say I'm not untying her if she's conscious. I'm sorry.
Hour 3 passes, you guys finished. She's still unconscious. Hour 4 comes up. Her eyes open for a moment.
If hour 3 passed without an event, I'd go upstairs and get some food and have it, down for when she wakes.
Yeah, is there anything else anybody wants to do in this meantime? So you got food. Anybody else doing anything?
Let's have a conversation. What are we going to do with her?
Well, you raised an interesting point. Maybe we can find something. Maybe we can figure out a way to hire her without getting ourselves killed.
Well, now that you put an arrow through her skull, that's going to be harder to do.
She'll
I feel like
understand.
her and Zareth would have an understanding on that. However, carrot and stick, that's why I made this food.
Yeah, I just don't like how you put an arrow through her skull when she just stood up and stood there, and then arrow.
I would like to declare your argument invalid. You talked about killing her first.
I didn't act to it.
You didn't act, but she also hadn't moved yet. And understandably, Zareth understands her capabilities a bit more than you, I would think.
Sure, but she doesn't have anything.
How long are we going to keep her down here, though? Because, I mean, it's not like if we go and have a job, we can't ask someone to,
No, we can't have babysitters.
Nope.
But ideally, we won't be holding her more than a day. We can try to figure out what's going on with her, why people can't remember things.
Yes, I'm starting to get curious about that as well.
Then I hate to use this description, but we've been given more or less a guinea pig to figure out what's wrong with Zareth and her.
I like the word guinea pig.
I really hate having to use that word in this sense. Like, I really do.
You have a guinea pig chained up to your basement.
Just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah,
We could feasibly hold her indefinitely as long as we kept her fed.
We'd have to stick around, but it's an option.
But I'd like to avoid that.
I don't think we should keep her for more than a week. Week max. We gotta figure out something to do with her. Whether we hire her, release her, or give her to the guards.
We can restore her memory if things might come into light.
Until that point, though, she's a loose cannon that we need to figure out what to do with.
Yes, that she is, and I think the first course of action to do is buy her some new clothes. I'm not going to give her back her old ones. I don't want to figure out what's hidden in it.
When did we strip her naked? Someone please tell me when this happened that I wasn't here for.
Oh, that was last week. As soon as she was knocked out, I stripped her of everything she had, including her armor.
Well, armor, yes, but you didn't take her tunic and undergarments, did you?
Everything but her undergarments.
She's not naked.
Okay, that's all we wanted to know.
Alright, This poor girl's in our basement with nothing more than a, loincloth and chest strap. I'm getting her a damn blanket too.
Yeah, this is becoming a BDSM for all I know.
Yeah, no, this did turn 50 Shades of Awkward. Good job, guys.
Yep.
You're the one that put manacles on her.
Zareth kept the manacles. I just made sure she wouldn't be able to wiggle out of them as easily.
Ah.
I will neither confirm nor deny any knowledge of how to restrain people against their will.
Oscar, what the Lich gave you was just an advantage roll for anything undead related.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, we were having a conversation, and I don't know how to reply to you guys in there yet. But, no, go ahead. Continue, sorry.
Alright. Is there any more conversation we need to have before she wakes up, seeing as there was, an hour that wasn't involved in locking her up, or,
Other than just the food, I guess.
So I made the food. Carrot and stick.
Should we bring her a blanket?
I got that with the food, since apparently she's just about fucking naked and no one told me.
Nobody told me either. I was picturing her in a tunic at least. But
yeah, no, I figured, like tunic and pants, even if they look like crap.
Yeah, I mean, she wasn't keeping the best of clothes. Like, when you picked her up, she was pretty much wearing rags regardless. And none of her gear was enchanted or anything, so it's not like she had anything special on her.
No, it was more like making sure that she doesn't have lockpicks or stuff hidden in her armor somewhere so that she can...
Well, if you're going to strip her to that point, why don't you just give her a full-on TSA cavity search to be sure?
You might have to. I mean, what? No, let's not. So, let's continue. So, hour 3 had just passed and you had this conversation. Did you need to go over anything else? I know what we're really trying to stall for is Insidaria coming back, if I'm not mistaken.
A little bit, yeah.
I mean, I kind of like to get that point of view in, but... I mean, for now, we could still just go on. Hour 4 comes around, and I would say Insidaria's probably kind of fell asleep. She had a rough day.
Courtesy you.
Very rough day. Being hazed by her colleagues and then getting shot with an arrow 4 or 5 times.
Hey, that started as an innocent joke. These guys took it that much farther.
I know. It's... Hey, if that's what you want to do to the new guy, I don't see a reason for me to step in unless you kill one of my NPCs on accident. What's up?
Just something that I forgot to do, and I need to do it. I'm going to start attuning to the spell saving room.
Alright. The one that he gave you back. Right? Ring of the Arcana? Yeah. Alright. Yeah, so you got that ring on. Take a little bit to attune to it. I would say, like, within this hour that's ending, you're definitely attuned to it by now. You're downstairs checking on her. And then, yeah, hour 4 comes around and she starts to wake up. Question. Gag on mouth or no?
I figure we can leave her mouth free.
No, we have her mouth free. We need to feed her anyways.
She'll start screaming. And its loud shrill starts echoing from underneath your basement. You hear the rah, 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 as she is just screaming at the top of her lungs as she tries to move, finding her full body movement limited.
She can walk slowly.
Yeah, but she doesn't have full body movement. She has limited mobility. I mean,
yeah.
I'm not painting it wrong here, I don't think. So yeah, she's screaming up a storm about that. If she has any mobility to walk away, she'll definitely be at the end of the chain, like a dog trying to bark at the mailman trying to bite him in the ass. However, just always stuck at that end of the link. And her weak strength score is like kind of preventing her from doing any damage to what you put together.
Well, the
And
screaming is new.
No, but I'm not quite sure it's good.
yeah, she seems even more incoherent than she was before.
So calm down, lass. We've got some food.
Still
You
screaming.
saw.
She's
What
definitely.
was that you guys glitched out?
Do what?
Discord made you sound like robots.
Can you hear us now?
Yes.
Alright. Now you just basically told her to calm down. She's got food. And she is just still screaming at the top of her lungs. Just she will stop every now and then to catch her breath and then just continue to scream as she kind of beats around the chains trying to push herself out further, but still stuck to the wall pretty much.
Thanks, Zareth.
I mean,
She narrows her eyes on Sereth and said, I was gonna save you for last too, and continues to scream.
Going to
Well,
do a
that's-
vestige.
That's nice to know. I'm going to put that chair closer so that she has something to sit on.
Or to throw at us.
Yeah, as soon as you put the chair near her, she kicks it towards you as if she was trying to, or tries to kick it, finding her leg mobility kind of hard to do, but she manages to push it away, but she didn't get the full strength of her legs to kind of kick it at you in an angry manner.
be a hell of a stub toe, just full on kicking it barefoot like that.
Yeah, she's trying to angle her foot, and then she's finding it unable to do. So she's pretty much just taking the side of her foot, if I'm understanding correctly, and just kind of shoving this chair back outside of her circle.
You know, her angle can rotate. It's just they can't be, anything other than 2 feet apart, which allows for, a moderate stance and shambling walking.
Yeah. So yeah, she's just kind of doing what she can to be resistant at this point.
I'll set the food on the ground, not in her reach, and just plop down and let her scream it out for a minute. Tire herself out.
And to
Yep.
kind of stop the screaming every time she screams, prestidigitation, awful taste in her mouth comes. Just to see if it would
You
stop
are not
me
washing
quicker.
her mouth out with soap every time she screams. This is an assassin, not a child.
Something to deter the screaming.
So you're trying to make her disgusted as she tastes what?
Never mind.
I'm pretty sure she's already disgusted, bounded next to nothing.
Mm-hmm. Her taste buds are probably dead already because she's been killed twice.
She's been knocked out twice.
Yeah. Close to death twice. Basically was holding hands and you guys said, no, come here. We're taking you in. And Death's like, I'll see you later. But, yeah, she's just screaming at the top of her lungs, shaking the chains, pulling herself as far out as she can. And then, the wall kind of retracts her a bit as she kind of starts to run, in the manner of speaking. Waddling probably is more of a loose term to use here.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, so she's like an emperor penguin racing towards you, and then she kind of gets pulled back by the chains a little bit as she makes it to the end and then just gets repelled back. We're just going to have to keep going without Insidari until they get back. So if there's anything you guys want to do, the yelling is definitely echoing through the entire place.
Okay. I've got time, lass. If we wanted to hurt you, well,
Upstairs, you hear the door.
oh, that was you making sounds, not someone like
Yes.
knocking
Yeah,
you
that
over.
was me making sound to tell you somebody's at your door upstairs. Yeah, you hear.
I go open it.
2 guards from the city are at your door, and hearing this loud shrill that's coming from your basement. Is there a problem here?
No, not really.
I think we're going to
One
have to
of
insist on coming in.
Going to go up the stairs about halfway to listen in.
Yeah, so you're in the middle of the stairwell, and they're like, we're hearing a woman scream, and you're telling us nothing's going on. I'm sorry, but we're going to have to come in.
Okay, I'm gonna go back downstairs.
So, yeah, the guards are
Sure.
going to... So you let them in?
I go to let them in.
So they
Okay.
They come in.
So,
Figure they come downstairs, realizing it's where the sound's coming from.
Yeah, not too hard.
as soon as I hear that and come downstairs, just a quick conversation to everyone in the room, kind of whispering. We need to, are we planning to hide her, or are we planning to just,
You can
I'll
explain
explain
the situation.
I'll explain the situation to the guards. I'm a
First footstep.
man of character.
Second footstep on the stairs. And now they are about to turn the L shape and face you guys.
going back to the corner?
So yeah, they come
I'll
downstairs.
continue sitting where I was with the food.
What in the nine hells is going on down here? I heard a screaming coming from the street. What's going on in here? And they take notice of what you got going on. They quickly pull out a torchlight and light up the
But we
area
have
so they-
lights down there right now.
Oh, okay. So I wasn't sure because in case you didn't, they wanted to make sure they're seeing what they see.
Well, unless
so,
I did all this shit in the dark.
Well, I don't know. You can all see down there for most of it, but yeah, certain things you probably have to see more clearly. So yeah, with this lit interior, then these guards come in, seeing what you've done to this girl, and it's like, what in the nine hells is the meaning of this? You let her go now. And they draw their weapons. What do you guys do?
They're just gonna jump to conclusions. I believe an explanation is in order.
Well, then explain.
We,
Rah, rah. Yes, they put me here against my will.
of course, we put you here against you. You attacked one of our compatriots.
Nearly
And-
killing her.
This is the woman that's been killing people in the streets. She tried to kill one of us.
Lies.
I'd like to have the guards insight check that lies and insight check us as well, if they
Alright.
really want to.
Yeah, we could play that game. Guards.
Like, if she's gonna constantly contradict us,
Oh, one of them's just completely dense, and I'll have her roll a deception.
That's fine.
You go ahead and whoever's speaking, roll persuasion at advantage. I got her deception roll.
the persuasion at advantage.
Yep.
Well, me and Leah were the ones that were talking. That's why.
Interesting. The guards look confused. They kind of turn to each other. What do? We don't know who to pick. Who should we believe? Literally, you both rolled 19.
Lovely.
So yeah, the guards are like, you can't have her down here like this. If she's really who you say she is, then you need to release her to the guards.
Of course,
Well,
we'll escort her with
that-
you to where she goes so she doesn't escape.
Zareth, were you saying something?
Yes, that was the plan, but we wanted to figure out why she attacked one of our own first.
Should lead the interrogation to the interrogators of the city. Unchain her. Get her down now. And they still got their weapons out in case you don't comply.
Well, seeing as they want her so bad, I'll hand them the key. Like, go for it. We've made no hostile actions towards you. Try to take her out and see what she does. We opened your door.
No, they're
let you in.
They're maintaining their weapons. Like, you put her in a situation, you take her out of it.
Oh no, if you want to get her loose, then you really.
Then
do.
we'll
I'm
take
not
you in
stopping
for
close to
abuse.
Take us in for abuse. We've done nothing to the woman.
Then release her.
In fact, I've saved her life, twice today?
Then release her. And you'll release her into our custody outside of those chains. Those aren't ours. It's your material. Get it off her. Otherwise, I'll just start arresting this entire house.
gonna hold action A burning hands just for the off chance.
Okay. So what do you guys want to do? Like, he didn't take your key. If you're gonna unlock her, you gotta do it.
Fuck it, I've got nothing to lose. Told you I meant you no harm last. Just wanted to ask questions to figure out what's going on, but you've chosen your path. Never mind your memory issues, and I'll start unlocking her.
Alright. And she smiles at you as you do so.
Borden, be on your toes. She's up to something.
Yeah.
Would have taken these precautions if she wasn't.
And as the rest of the chains and the shackles and the manacles and the bars come off, the guards quickly take her, holding each arm close. Alright, we'll take her in for questioning. And if we find out that she's not who she says
I'll
she
go with them right now. Like,
yeah.
I don't care.
Alright, very well, yeah. Come on.
I've got nothing to hide.
Everybody who...
Like, I am a known clergyman of Kazuya.
Absolutely.
Question me.
Yeah,
Zone
everybody
of truth
come in.
me.
Well, you guys are going to follow with to make sure she doesn't get away anyway, right?
Yeah, I'm going
Yes.
to keep the burning hands ready.
I'll give her the blanket so she has decency.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, you guys all start traveling to a nearby watchtower or guardhouse. And the guards, there's several other guards going in and out as well as they go on duty and try to start patrolling the areas. We're looking at about, 4 hours from there. That puts it at dusk for sure. So we're looking at about 6:30 in the evening. And
Hell, I'll even bring the food that I made for her with us. She didn't get the chance to eat. Like, here I was trying to, make things comfortable and have a civilized discourse, and
That went out the window when Zareth shot her.
And in a joking manner that you hear from her offhandedly as she kind of tilts towards you, hearing all that information from you, Borden, is like, because you decided to be so merciful, I'll make you the last one. How's that? Zareth ruined that honor.
Ah, how cute. She has
you won't be making anyone here the last one.
Alright, wench, get your ass in there. And they kind of bring her up to a cell and throw her in. Shut the door, lock it, chain the door together, double lock it, and they move away from the cell to let her just kind of rattle the bars. And then just kind of, in that same open area where these cells, these are like holding cells. It's not the actual place, but they got a better bead on her instead of just keeping her in chains nearby. Alright, so, you care to explain to me why you have a caged animal in your house that is ready to kill everybody?
Forgive the cheek, but we seem to have done a better job than you than getting a hold of her in the first place. And seeing as we actually know who she is.
Well, I'm waiting for an explanation. Who is she?
She's the one who's been killing all of the people around the city.
Alright.
Perhaps more information than that. She goes by the name Smile.
Alright, and they got like a scribe coming in here to take your statements. Smiles, you say? Alright. Is she affiliated with anybody? Is there something I should know?
We didn't get the chance to get that information out of her before you guys came in.
Well, just to tell you guys bluntly,
Childhood friend.
yeah, and the guards are just telling you, like, we heard a woman scream, and if you know how it's been here lately, you know we have to be on our guard for people who might be getting killed. As far as we know, somebody was dying. We heard it coming from your place, came to inspect, and Lord behold, what do I see? Now, how did we get here?
Well, we walked down the streets how we got here.
I'm
obviously cheeky because he straight up interrupted me being polite.
I know, and
he's
like pinching the bridge of his nose now, and he's like, "Go on."
She attacked one of our own on the street, not 5 blocks from our place. There was a big commotion. I'm sure there's plenty of witnesses.
And these witnesses will also tell you our friend healed the woman who had been attacked and we gave chase to this individual.
I see. Alright. You get all that? Is there anything else?
Well, I for one would like to be kept informed of her. She seems to have some mental block in place. Said something about losing her memory. And I cannot stand by my oaths as a cleric and allow these kind of issues to persist.
That's fair enough. He's got a heavy sigh. He's got a heavy heart about all this. It's like, it's just too much. But if she's actually the killer, then you've done a very, very good thing for the city. He kind of turns to the scribe. Statement's taken, you got it? And he gives him the nod. Very well. Take him or we'll take her before a magistrate tomorrow morning. She will then be judged. And who knows, maybe this weekend before Jubilee festivities start to begin, you know, bringing in a festive holiday soon, maybe we can have a good old hanging to avenge those who have died. Don't you be smiling at me, bitch. He kind of stares at the cage as she's just smiling away at him. He's looking infuriated at her more intently. Like, he believes her story fully now. And he's just... It's like there's some kind of, I don't know, insight check. If you want to
Insight check the guy?
Yeah, the guard.
Hell, I'll give it a run.
Me too. Insight.
You guys can shove your insight somewhere dark and smelly.
Sure enough. Borden, you feel like he's been wronged by this death. Maybe she killed someone he knew. And you could just hear the conviction in his throat, because now he just wants to kill her.
At least it wasn't magic.
So I understand this woman's hurt a lot of people, but we still can't necessarily hold her accountable if someone has indeed cursed her or otherwise. There are bigger players in the scene.
We did put that cursed necklace on her to restrain her strength.
Are you really going to tell him that?
I'm about to beat the ever-loving fuck out of you, I swear to God.
You
So
did
cursed
what?
she definitely is.
Did you intentionally curse another human being? Is that what I'm hearing now? Make a persuasion check for some odd reason.
Yeah, Mr. Zareth, since you wanted to pop that out.
That's perception. Try again.
Better.
It was for our safety.
Yeah.
Like,
he's kind of like, since Borden had the best insight on this guy earlier, and your persuasion was basically like, should I kill him? Nah, it's not worth it. Besides, she probably deserves it. It's the kind of attitude you're getting from this guard. Like, he's still trying to be respectful, but he does feel like she needs punishing. So with that persuasion, you were making him able to overlook it, but he's not going to tell you that. I think I've heard enough. Yeah. He slams his hands on the desk before him. I think I've heard enough. I don't think I need to hear any more. And he's staring at Sarah when he says that part. Now, we'll keep her and take her to where she needs to do to face justice. The city thanks you, and I'll be sure to put in word with our magistrate so that he can reward you accordingly for your efforts of ascertaining her.
I'm assuming these magistrate things are closed door, otherwise I'd like to actually show up.
Sadly, yes. Basically, after that, there will be a public trial, which you could show up for. And then maybe after that, we'll hang a bitch up by the string and have her dangle for days.
So I would like to formally request she be examined by those gifted in the arcane arts and a proper healer. Just to make sure that whatever has addled her mind didn't cause this as well.
We'll take it into consideration. Make a...
I understand due process isn't exactly a thing here, but...
No. I want you to make a persuasion, though, if you don't mind. Because you are trying to convince him to do that. Oh, look who's back.
No.
Awesome.
You died. You're dead,
Yeah.
Brett.
Oh, yeah. She got away, and then she went directly upstairs and threw that dagger right in your heart.
Alright.
Sorry.
Come on, good roll. Fuck me running my 0 mod.
Hold on, let me get back on the page there. Oh, wow. Yeah, nice persuasion. Yeah.
Yeah,
from
my
him,
0 modifier, my weakest skill sets.
He tells you, we'll take it under consideration. And that's basically all you get from him. Other than that, he's like, alright. I'll take this, like I said. I don't need you guys around here anymore. You can go. I'm glad it's not what I thought it was when I walked in.
Good day.
Good day. And paperwork starts to get done. You're still at the building. They are at a guardhouse.
I don't know how the fuck she slept through the whole screaming bit, but apparently she did.
Yeah, apparently. And yeah, we tried to stall as long as we could, but the story was getting to a point where we'd just be talking in a circle for an hour, and I didn't want to do that.
I know.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you wake up. Nobody's at home. We'll go back to you for a moment.
I will check the basement then.
Nobody's there. You see chains and bars and everything empty out onto the floor.
There's no.
So I would have set them in orderly piles, like.
Or yeah, however he would have put them up. But you definitely don't see her. And you don't see any of your friends.
They didn't leave a note saying where they were going. Heck.
Not that there was bloody time.
Yeah, no joke. Make a perception check in Sidari. Cindy, making a perception. Yeah. You slept like a baby through a storm. Like, you went through so much trauma today. You're like, wow, first day in real life outside of what I normally do with Azalea, and this is my life now. And you just passed out from that exhaustion. You can roll however many hit dice you have. And you gotta...
Okay.
You can spin your hit dice. Excuse me. But it is about 6:30 now in the evening. Ugh. And yeah, none of your friends are at the building.
Okay. I'm gonna go try to find the guard post, maybe?
Would you have a reason? Well, yeah, I guess you would.
Well, they have...
Good idea. Make an investigation check as you blindly go through a town you've never been in.
Yes, that's a great idea.
Absolutely.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Well, Cindy just walked into the whorehouse. She found the guard and followed it, but the guard was off duty going to his leisure time.
That's a 1. Yeah, this guard...
This nation is horrible.
Yeah, this... your impression has not changed one damn bit. You go through the crafting district, you wind up somewhere down the range where you were, and you're like, there's got to be a guardhouse around here somewhere, right? When in all actuality, way down on the south end, you guys are hanging out at this guardhouse having a conversation. Sydney, you kind of make your way all the way to the noble district, and there are like manors now starting to appear. The buildings are getting spaced further and further apart, and the buildings that you start seeing are bigger and bigger than the one before it. You are totally lost.
I'm gonna try to find someone to talk to see, like, where do I go?
Make an investigation check and we'll see who's all around. You glance around and you see a couple of nobles walking by. You see a blonde-haired man with arm in arm with this young woman who's wearing very elegant dress, bell top dress with an umbrella, and they're just kind of strolling down the sidewalk as you kind of walk by.
Excuse me, sir. Do you know where to get to a guard post or how to get to the crafting district if possible?
Oh dear, are you lost? Why are you all the way here? And the female's like, oh my, look at her. She's all dressed all like that. She definitely doesn't belong here. Oh, you got very lost, dear. Let's see, so you're looking for the crafting district? Oh, that's down there in the south side of town with all the rest of the rabble. And I believe the guards have like main posts near the gates or within the southern limits. I mean, you would never find a guardhouse here. Huh. Not directly anyway. The guards do manage this area though, as you could see, and she kind of points to a guard who's kind of off to the distance. But good day to you, ma'am. Kind of politely nods his head towards you, and she kind of twirls her umbrella, and they all walk away, muttering stuff underneath their breath as they walk.
Can I try to hear what they say?
Yeah, make a perception check. You can only make out so daintily why here, and you know you're getting.
And I'll say blessings of Illumia to them. Blessings of Illumia.
Okay, so yeah, they hear that, and they kind of give you the snob treatment at this point and walk off.
Okay, and I'll go south to get
Okay, so you start
to the place.
You start going south. Let's have another investigation. Make sure you got turned around correctly. Good. 7 o'clock rolls around. You guys are walking back towards your building, and then you see Insidaria coming from the north. And you all...
You're resting?
And she looks frazzled as hell.
I was trying to find you guys. Where were you? You didn't even know.
How many people did you kill with your flamey cloak?
I'm assuming she didn't kill anyone, saying she's not being chased by the guards. And as for not leaving a note, we weren't given a choice. Smiles was screaming loud enough to draw their attention, and so we had to escort her to the post.
And yet you
Okay.
did not wake up.
I've had a long day. I
Very long.
didn't want to take my beauty rest at all. Definitely not that.
So now it's getting into 7 in the evening. You're all rejoined back at the building. Hey, what do you guys want to do now?
Shouldn't we go back to the place that we were trying to investigate beforehand?
Yeah, it would probably be we may actually get something done this time, unless we're attacked again.
You can't exactly hide within a crowd, though. We'll have to be sneaky.
Well, the alleyways are clear this time.
That sounds great.
Alright, so we're heading... Or what's the directive, guys? Let me have a confirmation that you're doing it.
I'm not very...
We're going back to the cult TMR
We're
area.
going to back that empty warehouse of the time at Gold, yes.
Alright, so you
Yeah.
all...
Stealthy like stuff?
I'm not worried about stealth until we get closer. I mean,
Okay.
I mean, we're just wandering through the streets. We're not really doing anything.
Oh, somebody ripped my ear. What was that? Alright, so you guys all start heading out, making your way to where the cultist warehouse that you remember seeing. Let's get a field of perception from everybody.
is it not going to do it for me?
Nope.
Is someone dropping stuff on their...
Oh,
There you
there.
go.
It just all sent at once.
Yeah. Alright, so... Not a very perceptive bunch at the moment. So
Passive's 19, but
Yeah, alright, I'll keep that in mind, but for this here...
17.
Hmm?
Minus 17.
I know you get advantage, but it's only for one thing, right? Like, if it's sight or sound.
Yeah, no, but,
Because there might
Gordon
be...
gets advantage on sight. I don't have that. My passive perception, however, is 17.
Oh, okay, you're passive. Okay, gotcha. Alright, I remember somebody having an advantage on perceptions if, like, certain condition, I think. But, yeah. Alright, so, journeying back to the location...
It's the eyes. It's sight only for me.
Yeah, oh, okay, that's right. I was trying to remember who had what. But, yeah, you kinda...
I mean, that's why I clicked it twice, because I just didn't toggle.
Alright, gotcha. Yeah, you guys don't see anything coming up here suspicious. You don't see any... or hear anything draw out any kind of attention. The usual small crowd coming in from either, like, a shift that's ending, heading home. You see some, like the blacksmith you visited earlier. He's, like, getting off shift, and you see him in his normal clothes as he's walking to his house. Several people just kind of going back and forth on the streets. The warehouse seems very empty as you're across the street at the bakery, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah, you made it to the location. You don't detect anything within the vicinity to draw suspicions from you, at least.
I wanted to take a look around the building, and I flip up my Hood of Elvenkind.
Alright. And you're gonna make a stealth, alright? Alright, what do you want to do?
I'm going to take a look around the building behind the alleyway, see if I see some stuff happening there.
Alright,
Or any signs of recent movement.
So as you're passing through, slowly I would take it, don't see anything in the alleyways. You don't see anything in the back. Don't see anything, like, you're instinctively looking towards the roofs because, you know, that was a good advantage point that Smiles had earlier, and you're definitely keeping an eye up there. You're not picking up anything, like, there's no humanoids within the vicinity that are doing anything. You don't see anybody that's tall, small, big, large, or anything of that nature. You're not picking up any monsters that are just wandering around. It's just an empty alleyway. The building seems to be what it is, abandoned at the moment.
Okay, then I'll go back to the group.
So you go back to the group, explain to them.
Yep. Yeah, nothing happening in the alleyways. Nothing happening on the roof. It's abandoned.
Should we have a look inside?
It's obviously not abandoned. They're using it. We just don't see them right now.
Yeah, we could try to look inside, yeah.
Are there any windows?
They're very high up to let light in, but not apparently. I'm trying to remember if there was supposed to be like one pane. I would say there's one pane at like a wall that's right up front next to the door, because you were able to visually see them go downstairs whenever we first came to this location, but everywhere else there's just panes that are like up in the air about 15 feet up to let light into the building. What do you want to do?
Transferring some slots right now into sorcery points.
Alright. So, assuming 2 level 2s. Wait. 2 level 2 slots to what? To sorcery points?
6 sorcery points, and 6 sorcery points going to a level 4.
So we're just... Alright, so we're just playing Play-Doh over here. Just sacrificing the low-level spells to make one big level spell. Nice. Alright, so after you get done puttying your spells, what do you want to do? And that's everybody. What's the ideal?
Should we try to get around the back and open the door, or should we just go through the front?
Alright, the back light, yeah, looks like the best idea.
Okay. We should get sneaky.
Are we all getting sneaky, or are we going through the alley? What's the situation
I'm
for
going
our
to follow, yeah.
and our heavier armored people?
Let's go in the alleyways though, a block away, so that we have some, so that we don't draw as much attention moving into the alleyway as a group.
Okay.
Leo's just trying not to move very much because he's noisy.
Shank. Alright. Let's go ahead and have a collective stealth check as you're trying to make your way, like you said, away first and then kind of move in from that direction. Nice. Clinky 3.
24.
And Borden hasn't showed up yet. Is it lagging you out still there, Borden? Or 2. 4. As far as you all know, you're not detected by anybody.
So I think my advantage toggle is what's bugging it out.
Going to look through the windows if there are any on the side that we're in.
No, they're way too high up. Like, the only open window that you could have looked through was up front. All the rest of them surrounding the building are like way up high. Like I said, just to let light in.
Are they big enough that you can climb through it? Like the actual window itself?
They're about 2 feet high and about 3 feet wide, as far as frame size goes.
That would be plenty of room.
That might just work.
However,
You
it's
can't
still
climb in, but you
15
can kind of
feet.
slither in.
Yeah, it's 15 feet up in the air, though.
I'm gonna walk up the side of the building and go to the window.
Well, you go to the window. What do you want to do?
Do I see anything inside?
Make a perception check. See a spider, cobweb, dust, empty room downstairs, or inside, I should say. And also, you know that this window cannot be opened. It looks like it's a pane glass that's been set there.
This window can't be open. I don't see anyone in here through here.
Should I knock on the door?
Well, there was a lock on it. Can't we have Jareth open it?
And I
Well,
think
no,
he's saying
it's
the window
not
can't
locked.
actually be opened.
It's-
No, on the door below.
Yeah, we're in the back right now in the alleyways.
Yeah, there was a door that had a lock.
Well, sure, let's pick that then.
Well, you try to pick something, but these doors in the back, they look like they're locked on the inside by like maybe like a bar that comes down and just slams between two halves and just keeps everything locked in. And keep in mind, these are like giant warehouse doors that are supposed to open up.
Can I summon an unseen sword on the other side? How heavy, or never
The
mind,
bar
I
would be
don't know
more
what
than
now.
5
Well,
to
yeah,
pounds, I
yeah,
guarantee
you're-
you.
Yeah, remember that,
Okay.
Is there some,
I mean, technically you can't even see the bar and you wouldn't even know, but you can just kind of get a grasp from just kind of rattling the door that, oh yeah, there's something heavy on that other side that's locking it in place.
Is it like from the side, or like how does it open?
From
Pushing us?
inside. Like, it
No,
has
like,
to,
is it like
it has to
pull up?
push. From the inside, it pushes out. And it
I
pushes
can-
out from the left. And there's like two doors that are kind of collapsed together, and it opens like a gate, but the gate's closed and it's like locked with a piece of metal or heavy construction piece that is just locking them together.
Me and Leo can go get this out of the way.
Or we could go in the front door too.
Yeah, good.
If you want to save a spell, I bet Zareth could pick the front door lock.
Yeah.
See, but would he be seen picking the lock?
That's what I'm worried about.
That little ring that I've been, tuning to, I'm going to cast invisibility. Or before this, actually, I'm going to go look out the front. Are there any, like, people just walking by, or?
There's still a fair amount of people kind of going back and forth to either taverns or bars, a restaurant, or just people just trying to get to a supper. Make a perception check as you're looking. I swear this place has so many spiders. You caught a glance of another spider web up above you. Other than that, no. You just catch the glance of a guard that's way down the street, but I don't know, he's probably just minding his own business.
Gonna go back and talk to Zareth. I can make you invisible and you can pick the lock, and then no one's going to bother you while you do that. If you just kind of walk around the door just to see if you can pick it first.
What are we doing, Zareth?
Sure, I'm going to go out of the alleyway on the street, stealthed.
With invisibility or no? Are you going to take him up
not
on his own?
with invisibility. I'm just going to make an investigation check
So what are you
see
gonna...
if I can. If I can position
Well, answer
myself
Oscar, because he offered the invisibility.
What I was asking him was, do you want to just do a quick little, look as you go by to see if you can open it?
And I want to check if I can position myself so while doing it so that I don't draw attention.
Roll.
It's the front door of a warehouse. I assume everyone will be able to see you because it's right there on the street.
I'm just going to, just go to the front and try to pick the lock. I'm going to cast invisibility on him.
Not even asking, he cast invisibility.
Lovely. All right. I move to the front of the door, to the door then, in the front.
All right, go ahead and roll me lockpicking. Thieves' tools.
28.
The lock was no match for you. You easily and pull each tumbler right in place. This is just a weak ass door they put here in front of you, and it just opens up, or it's ready to be opened up. So the lock has been disengaged. Anything else you want to do?
I want to check for traps.
Make an investigation.
Oh.
Natural 1.
Nah, it's fine.
Okay, I move back to the group. Say, door is open, I don't see any traps. I go sneak back in the door.
So you guys hear
See if
this
there is
voice.
anything else.
Yeah, so you hear the voice of Zareth, and then he's gone again.
Okay, I'm going to go to the front and walk in like I own the place.
Yeah,
I'll
pretty
go
much
with you.
exactly that. Like
Yep.
half the job is feeling or looking like you belong there.
Fair enough. Everybody walking in behind each other.
Yeah.
I need everybody to make dexterity saving throws.
Oh no.
Wait, what am I getting the +2 from?
There must be a aura that's activated.
It's doing bless for me. I haven't even put that on.
Yeah. So, Zareth, were you in that mess too?
Yes, I was in there as
Make
well.
a dexterity saving throw, please. So far, Leo's the only one who was able to duck out of the way, amazingly. Amazingly. and everybody else takes the full brunt of 13 points of fire damage as this ruin goes off as soon as the door opens and just explodes right there. Almost like a fire-breathing dragon blowing in the direction of you guys as you try to walk in. Boy, we got a whole bunch of trouble starting.
So Zareth is still invisible.
Yeah, he's still invisible, but you guys are clearly burned and singed, and people are looking over as they stop and say, What happened? What was that? As a bright light just kind of filled the room there. Oh yeah, okay, your Constitution saving throw saves. So he's still invisible. Yeah. And you got people kind of gathering around you, and before long there's like a couple guards that are 2 blocks away, walking their way, noticing the crowd.
I'm gonna control. Yeah, I did. One second. Double check if I have control flame. Yes, I do. I use control flames, get rid of flame, and walk in.
So you're walking in still. Everybody walking in?
Hey, can I look for drops real quick?
Well, you already activated one. Go ahead and make another investigation check as more people gather around, forming this half circle, looking at you guys just walking into this place that just burned you. You don't see any more traps.
I do so as well.
I
That's
don't
intimidation. 1 second.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You intimidate any traps that are left.
Yeah.
Apparently
Too
they're
afraid to go
under.
off.
Yeah, apparently there are 2.
Hmm.
In the nearby vicinity, you do not see any more traps. But you do see a crowd of people and a couple of guards that are now a block away from where you are. How would you like to proceed, Dancing Lights?
No, this is gonna look good. So I'll stand right there at the front door on the stoop, waiting for the guards.
Anybody else? What's everybody doing?
Going inside.
You're going-
going outside of the building as well.
Well,
I'm
you're
going to
invisible.
stand
You can go
around
wherever
the
you
corner.
want. Huh?
Yes, around the corner, so if the invisibility falls off, I don't pop out of nowhere.
Okay. So I have Insidari and Oscar going in. Leo, what are you doing?
Hanging out with Gordon.
So the cleric and paladin trying to hang out. You two go in. What are you doing?
Look around for stuff.
Yeah.
Make investigation checks as you've got just a little bit of time to take this investigation.
Okay.
Oscar, you see a trap door about 4 or 5 feet away from you. In Sidaria, you're just looking at the beautiful cobwebs that are up above in the rafters.
Going to point the door out to her and look for any traps and slowly go to the trap door.
Wow, the wrong people are in here. Go ahead and make an investigation check as you get around the door that you think is trapped. You manage to find an arcane ruin on the edge and make an Arcana check. Oscar only.
No.
You can mark it off, like you know how to mark it off. However, you also recognize this ruin, like a red dragon seal is on it.
So more than likely more fire.
But yeah, you could just use an action and kind of burn away the emblem.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Alright, so like your cantrip flames that you have, you just kind of burn the emblem away and it kind of disintegrates and becomes deactivated. The guards are now about half a way up, catching up to where, you know, these guys are, sitting out on the stoop. And
See, I've never entered. I just
yeah, that's true.
entered, but I was on the stoop, I guess. Like, I didn't go in. I was...
Yeah. So with these two going in further, what do you want to do now, Oscar? As guards are now just about...
Slowly open up the door.
And easily enough, the door opens and there's a stairway that just kind of... Or actually, it's a ladder that leads down into a cellar-like location.
Should we go down?
We should, I think, to investigate further.
Okay.
Yes, no?
I'll go first, I guess.
Alright, so you go down, Insidaria behind you. Guards approach the group. Alright, what the heck is going on over here? I heard there was a blast, and people are like, yeah, these people were just walking by the place, and this flame just blew up. I don't know where it came from. And they kind of approach you. You guys got shot or something? What happened? And why is that door open?
We have more than reasonable suspicion that there is an evil cult in here, and we're trying to figure out what is going on.
Make a persuasion check.
It's the truth, goddammit.
That's why you're persuading them. I didn't ask for a deception.
With my 0 charisma.
Hey,
Okay,
good for
that one
you.
actually, that
Good
one
for
worked.
you.
Great job.
Yeah, they're. So you suspect cultists of who, or what?
Timor, the many-headed dragon.
That old fabled myth, and they're kind of laughing about it, but it's not like they're against what you're saying to them. So you guys are having a conversation with the guards as you're.
Chuckle as you will, you saw the blast. There's obviously something going on here that's untoward.
Did you guys force your way in?
I have not touched the door.
The door was unlocked. When we walked past, it exploded in the fire. That's the explosion you saw.
You know, I know it's technically the truth for you.
It is, in fact, the truth.
But I will let
It is
Leo
true.
choose deception or persuasion. And I'm going to give you advantage because, you know, Borden's right there helping you talk to him. So go ahead and roll again.
Corroborating.
Yeah. Well, take your words into consideration. They're like, huh. And the door just blew up like that. That's kind of strange. Zarek,
Magic. I hate magic.
don't we all? And you definitely tell these guards don't like magic either. They're just in regular, you know, they don't look like magic users. So it seems like they can sympathize with you a little bit. So, Zarek,
I'm gonna
your
go
word-
on limb here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, I beg your pardon. Magic is not a bad thing. You use magic to channel the divine will for healing, restoration.
Oh, divinity is definitely more appreciative, more useful in most cases. But you know, you do raise a good point. You know, he's like, there are some magic users who do produce like a bunch of things that are useful, and you know, at the same token, though, it also equips people that. And you guys start having this conversation about how magic can be good, it can be evil.
And that's exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, so you got that conversation going on. Zareth, you're over there invisible. Talk. It's going on over here. Is there anything Zareth's going to do before I go back to the other two?
Considering that Borden has distracted the guards nicely, I'm going to walk by the guards into the building.
Alright, make a...
I'm kind of standing in the doorway, so like, I don't know you're there, so you're probably
Yeah.
gonna have to like squeeze by or something.
Yeah, so he'll have to still make a stealth check with advantage, but you'll have it anyway. Because footsteps still make sound.
Footsteps on a street with people gawking and talking, I beg to differ.
Like, I would give him advantage, but that's not a thing. But still, he's doing alright. Don't worry about it. I mean, if he would have rolled 2 once, then we'd have him tripping over Leo or something. But this is also to get past Leo without getting detected. So, you managed to slip in. The trap door is shut again. And just from a brief look of the door, you can see a burn mark. Other than that,
I would like to check that mark out.
make an investigation.
Natural one.
It's a somebody must have put their cigarette out there or something.
Okay, I'm going
And
to
farted
open
in
the
that
door.
location.
Yeah. What was that, Sarah?
I'm going to open the door.
Alright, so you open the door, you see a ladder. Let me make a roll.
This trapdoor is not within line of sight from the front door.
Oh, yeah.
It
For
was.
fuck's
Oh
sake.
fuck!
Alright, so did you go
I
in?
thought it was on the side.
I thought you said it was to the side. Yes.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Well, do you go in? Because I'm going to tell you right now, you'll be fine.
I was about to say, like,
Yeah.
please don't tell me he's just lifting this door up right in front of these guards we're talking to. I swear to God.
No, sorry for making you panic. Yeah, you make it down there, and you two hear, you know, somebody coming No, actually make a perception check, Incidari and Oscar. Unless... Yeah, you don't even want to make noise there, because you're not sure who's listening. You guys are oblivious. Zareth, how do you want to approach this as you see your two friends down here? Are you going to be quiet, or are you going to tell them you're there? I mean, what's the situation?
No, I'm going to tell them I'm there. I'm going to knock on the wall.
You hear a knock on the wall.
Hey guys, what do you find?
I was going to let him panic a bit there. Why'd you give it away so quickly?
I was just going to say that I think someone nearby was careful.
Would I notice him?
You've heard his voice before.
Yeah.
I think I've been traveling with Zareth long enough. I know his voice, so I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
you know he was turned invisible, so it's likely, like, if there's somebody you can't see, he's the one.
Okay.
But, yeah. So he
Turn on
manages-
your cloak of flies and your other fiery
Yeah, do it now. It'd be
thing
good.
and burn down the whole damn building.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
Alright, so you guys out front are having a conversation about good and evil with magic. You guys down below, what you see for now is like a small hallway. And this hallway goes further in, and then there's just pitch black darkness. Even your dark vision can't penetrate.
You guys think it's okay to cast light in here?
I don't think we need something that bright.
Okay.
I have a hooded lantern.
I was going to use dancing lights and have just a small amount.
Either do
And
it
I'll-
or do something. I mean, who's doing what?
Let's use the hooded lantern and have as dim as light as possible so that we can still see what we're doing.
And let's investigate, see if there's any more traps.
Alright, so
Good
pulling
idea.
out the hooded lantern, and it's invisible light, but the light actually shines out because the light's not invisible, but the lantern itself, invisible with Zareth, shines down the hallway, and you can see down that it just kind of continues for about 15-20 feet until it opens up to a giant antechamber that is hidden beneath the city.
Do I see any more of those emblems that I saw earlier?
Let's make an investigation check as you're kind of slowly drawing down the hallway. Amazing. The sorcerer is out investigating the rogue. As you notice a blue-headed dragon emblem on another rune as you were just about to cross the threshold.
Okay, so that would be lightning more than likely, so I'm going to try to get rid of the symbol. Can I use Arcane quick?
Yeah, you can go ahead and do Arcana again. Yeah, and just like the previous one, you're able to use your arcane magic using the light cantrip to burn away the essence of this rune, and its magic gets dispersed.
Have light.
You take a step, you hear a click, but nothing happens.
Can I investigate the click, see what that was, or?
Yeah, go ahead. It was just a click. If you want to lift your foot up, you hear a, and then you put your foot back down, you hear another click, but nothing happens. With that roll, I can't tell you what it actually was supposed to have done.
Is she going to be playing with this, trying to figure out what it is?
Click, click, click. I don't know, what is she
If so,
Yes, I would. Wait, no. Was that me? No, never mind.
That was
that's
a nat 20.
Sorry, I thought the 6 was mine. Never mind. I'm smart enough not to do that.
Okay. Alright, what's your investigation for, Oscar?
if she was going to keep doing
Oh,
that,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going to see what the noise was.
Are you guys done?
Well, with that intelligence check, would I be able to realize what it's for? Or
No, you just realize you're not stupid enough to play clicking games all night.
Okay.
What you do is you realize every time you step, it makes a clicking sound. Like I figured.
I mean, you could put two and two together that he burned off the rune that probably would have activated if he stepped on this platform that you're currently playing with, or trap mechanism. Consider,
Okay.
overall, I mean, I'm just telling you, it was the trap, but you already disarmed it in a different way that you didn't have to disarm it this way.
Okay, so I'm going to continue traveling slowly down the hallway.
Alright. Continuing, like, with the investigation check still in effect for about a couple more rounds, I'll give it. No more ruins within the vicinity as you get closer and closer to this giant antechamber where it opens up spaciously. When you get to the end of the hallway, there's like a stairways that leads down into it, so it goes a little further down before it opens up. You see scones against the wall where, if torchlight was added, you can like set flame to kind of guide you down here if you want.
Don't like that.
Thank you.
Alright, so what do you want to do?
But yeah, I guess slowly go down.
Investigate first, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Check for traps and then go down.
Alright, thanks for that, Samachi.
So I wanted to make sure I had it all down and get it sent to you.
Thank you.
13 again.
Oscar is on top of it, but yeah, going down these stairways till you reach the bottom, the stairs themselves are pretty much clear of any traps. So now you're at the base of this stairwell, and you're looking into this antechamber. And yeah, what do you want to do here at this point?
Is there anything in here, note, or is it empty?
It's very dark, and ominously dark on the far end. Your light source penetrates maybe half the room, then it turns into dim light, and then it's just perpetually dark on the other side.
Should I cast light now, guys? Specifically on the darkness on the very end.
Well,
We can just move that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Going to, I'm assuming I, was allowed to collect my arrows and bow and dagger and everything before we left.
You didn't say you did.
But,
Wait,
okay,
no,
yeah,
you were disarmed.
Yeah.
We went to the guard post. We were on our way back and saw Incendiary. So
Okay. So
actually, you'd be fine, yeah, because you guys did come back. I would say that's doable.
well, we didn't get back. We saw her on the way back.
Well,
so
you had a conversation
wouldn't
about
have it.
leaving, so I'm going to say that you knew you were heading out. You would know to get your gear.
it doesn't.
You would know to get your gear. I'm not going to penalize you, so yes, you have your gear. Because it would make sense that you'd be like, even though you didn't say it, but you should get in practice of saying it.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on where your gear is. So this is.
I
like
was disarming myself with the guy with -1 strength to, not get overpowered and weapons taken from me.
Yeah. I mean, it was a sound ideal, I think. You never know.
Not a bad idea at all. If it comes down to fists, like.
Yeah, she ain't gonna hurt. She does -1 damage to you. Alright, so staying on track here. You guys are now... Yeah, you have your gear. What do you want to do?
Gonna take a bow or an arrow and kind of hold it forward to see, because I'm thinking darkness is going to be at the end of this.
Alright, so...
And if I hold the arrow out in front of me, then the tip of the arrow should disappear if we move slow enough when we get to it.
Should we stealth as well or no?
What do you think, guys?
Stealth and investigate the area.
If you want to stealth now. You don't have...
So I would like to pose a question. If we've had this much conversation with the guards, when you get back to us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, there's stealthing. What do you want to do?
Say, more or less, it's gonna be like, Are we good now? Do you mind if we carry on our investigation? You want to come with us? Like,
Make a persuasion check.
see if they want to come with us?
Well, you asked.
I figure I'd give them the option that way I can see we're not, fucking everything up.
No, they're gonna disagree with you with that roll. Much as we'd like to, we better go ahead and take care of this. So, we're just gonna walk in here and see if there's anybody around. And then we're gonna walk out if nobody's around and just lock this place back up. Go ahead and let's make our round real quick. I mean, they said the door opened, nobody came out. Magic, ugh. Can't live with it, can't live without it, apparently. But, let's just check it out real quick. And I would say with that, unless you stop them in any way, they're just gonna walk into
I would actually like to walk in with them.
Alright, so you're gonna walk in with them.
And then, do we see this unactivated symbol on the ground? He neutered?
Make a perception check as you walk in. And Leo can make it as well if he's following. Otherwise, whatever you want to do, Leo.
I'll just kind of walk in and keep an eye on the guards, not really looking around.
Yeah, you can definitely spot it. It's right there by your left foot. Like, you could easily, like, put your foot over it if you needed to. And that's exactly where the trap
I'm not
is.
going to hide it. I'm going to point the symbol out and be like, see? Here's proof of the cult.
Well, it's not a symbol anymore. It's just a burnt ash black stain. I should have cleared that up. That's this.
Oh,
like,
see, I thought he just deactivated the sigil.
yeah, but in order to do it, he had to burn the sigil completely
So he
off.
destroyed it.
Yeah, he destroyed it. So I'll let you kind of consider that information.
Okay.
So it's up to you how you want to do it now. Like, now it counts. What do you want to do? Now that I got all the information you need, because I wasn't sure which way you were going.
See, I was hoping to use that sigil as proof of the cult.
No, he had to burn it off, and the sigil that activated burned off whenever the fire went out.
Yeah, and I know
door.
when the
So-
door opened, that one will have disappeared. I didn't know if the other one would
Yeah.
have.
So, yeah, the guards are just going to make a sweep, but they're just being general with their search. They're staying above. They don't know where the trapdoor is as they...
So if I found the trapdoor, then...
Yeah, with your
Right.
perception you just made, you made out the trapdoor and the black mark.
So I'll get the Gem of Brightness out, have it lit up since I don't have the light spell.
Alright. And you
And I will point this out to the guards.
Alright, so the guards are going to be knowing about the trapdoor. Very well. And what
And
are
the scorch mark as well, because, what do you make of this?
Huh. Similar to the marking by the door. You think somebody went down there?
I'm thinking this is definitely more than just a warehouse.
And one of the guards are going to open the trapdoor. Door opens. There's a ladder leading down here. Should we go check it out? It's going to be a long night. Alright, let's head on down and see what's going on. Meanwhile, as they're starting to descend, and I guess you two following.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna keep eyes out, looking for... I'm trying to make my story as real as I can to them now, looking for the evidence.
Alright, let me progress the other group real quick. So, you're starting to move further and further into the antechamber, right? And
Yeah.
you get closer and closer. The darkness kind of fades a bit as it kind of lets loose and kind of reveals more of the area. It's like the lighting there is kind of being eaten away, but as it comes closer, it's still revealing more, if that makes any sense. And basically, you come in contact with a giant stone looking like a monolith or one of those big slabs of art made out of stone. And in this art, there's the multiple heads of Tiamat staring directly out. And as the light shines on this artwork, I need the three of you to make wisdom saving throws.
Yay.
I don't know how to take that off.
Yes.
It's in the cogwheel option. If you go right past spells, global modifiers.
Oscar and Sarah, you are filled with perpetual fear and you must run away from this monument. However, Incidari, Cindy, you're able to stand there and this faint glow of whatever's going on is not affecting you at all. Or not glow, but the lack of light or whatever. The monolith itself seeming to have an effect on your friends as you see them about to bolt.
Can I use Arcana check to figure out what's the reason to it, or?
Yeah, go ahead and make an Arcana. You ain't got no clue. It's like dragons. Weird. Hey guys. And Zareth and Oscar both booked it. I need now, since there's multiple things going on, I'm just going to put you at a flat perception of 10 because you guys probably made so much noise trying to run that I don't think you'll be able to stealth. So if the guards score a higher perception, it's not good for them. Hey, wait, you hear that? And the other guy goes, what? Hear what? I hear running. Quick, let's head up there and see what's going on. And they're getting to the stairways that are leading down. About this time, Oscar and Zareth, you kind of have a control of what's going on with you. You stopped running right there by the stairwell, and you're in fear. Like, if you were facing off with a dragon, this would be similar to a fear aura that you're going through right now. And you must run away from the source of your fear.
Can I kill the light?
It's not going to have any effect at this point. You're still in fear. Yeah, you can
Yes.
flick it off. You flick the light off and it's dark in here now. And you hear...
Do I hear anything?
With your passive perception, you definitely hear footsteps running from upstairs coming towards you. And the both of you are aware of it. Sydney's still standing in front of the monolith trying to figure things out.
I whisper to Oscar and notify Cindy incoming. Can I tell how many people are coming?
Sydney, make a perception check.
I'm going to do a message when he tells me.
Oh,
since,
okay then.
you know, she's not there.
Yeah, she's not within range, so like if you had to say it towards her. So yeah, with the message that'll cancel the perception.
Okay, so I can
Yeah,
hear that people are coming.
Yeah.
Can I tell how many people are coming?
Make a perception check. You hear about 4 footsteps, 4 pairs of footsteps.
Okay.
And
There's shit ton of armor clanking.
yeah, you hear armor clanking, like 4 heavy footsteps. And they're coming down the stairs, and now they're like, Board and Leo, you're following behind the guards. You're about halfway down the stairs.
So yeah, I've still got my gem out so we can see where we're going.
Yeah, as your light kind of shines down, for a brief moment you saw the dim light of a hooded lantern get put out. But the guards didn't seem any worse for wear for it, noticing it.
So are the guards currently dashing or just running?
They're dashing carefully, I guess you could say. Like, they're moving in a hurried step, but they're not completely...
See, I was going to try to pull ahead of them, and since I have the light source, and light up the room.
Yeah, like
You
they're
know,
not...
out towards the center.
Good idea. Go ahead and you hold the light source, and then we'll surround you. And we'll see what's going on down here. I need stealth checks from Zareth and Oscar.
20.
Poor Oscar. Alright, let me make a perception. Yeah, one of them sees you as soon as he turns the corner. Or, you know, turns to look around the corner of this thing, like he's trained to do, and he sees Oscar. Halt! Who are you? And the other guard kind of surrounds him and just gets in front of Oscar. And Leo and bored, and you definitely see this. And in Sidaria, you're hearing this noise way behind you, but you're way up there to where nobody can actually get a visual that you're actually there. So,
Could I roll another Arcana to try to figure out now or no?
no.
Okay. Can I just investigate in general around the area?
Alright, holding on for his headset. Go ahead. Investigate. I don't know why you're the one in here.
Yeah, I can't do.
Yeah, so you're trying to figure out what this is, and while you're investigating, you kind of touch the statue, or the monolith or stone structure of this, this ancient-looking picture. As your hand kind of runs across it, you can almost feel like there's a living beat to this statue. Almost like you can hear the breathing going through your hands in a grumble. But that's as far as your investigation gets you. Oscar,
Okay.
you back?
Yeah.
Alright. So yeah, 2 guards caught you. And what do you want to do?
I have a plan. This is gonna require some luck.
Alright,
I'm,
what do you
I'm
want to
going to hold both my hands in the air and just like, don't shoot if you have bows. I'm here just investigating. I do not belong here.
do? And what do you want to do, boys?
Just,
Oh well, his speech kind of killed that.
Oh, well then I need a persuasion check from Oscar. Ooh.
Ooh.
Trying to think if there was anything they can bring into this conversation. But they kind of lower their weapons a bit. It's like, what are you doing down here? Who sent you?
I saw an explosion and I came in to investigate.
And you decided to run down a trap door?
There was a trap on the trap door I could see, and I decided to see where this tunnel led.
Well, good on you. What is down here? And you're still in fear. You can't even talk about it.
I couldn't tell you, just don't go around that corner.
Yeah, you're...
It's awful.
Yeah, it's off. You're actually more panicked than what you're sounding right now. You're like, it's just something up. You're constantly trying to tell them, and every time your words come to it, it's like you're being cut off, and your fear of what's up there is just being like, you don't want to go up there. It's just too terrible. You don't do it. So you're pretty much like giving them a sense of urgency that they need to be on guard.
Alrighty.
Yeah. So now they're about to go check this out. Zareth is hidden. In Sidaria, you hear footsteps coming in your direction. What would you like to do?
Yes. My stealth. Do a stealth check.
You can
Maybe.
stealth, or you can stand there. I mean, what would in Sidaria do? I mean, you're trying to investigate this thing and Arcana check it, and you heard the conversation back there a little bit, and they're now
Okay.
drawing closer to you.
Hello there. I'm also trying to investigate with my friend here. Be careful. It's very scary.
But we've already come across her.
So yeah,
Persuasion.
I
so
didn't know we came across her yet.
yeah, the guards were stepping closer in her direction. They're like halfway into the antechamber, and she's just going to go ahead and tell them that she's there instead of them finding her there. So with that,
Should I persuade them, saying should be on your guard? Like
yeah,
seriously.
go ahead and make me a persuasion check, as the guards are now within visual. And I need to roll some checks.
Yay.
Gordon, Leo, wisdom saving throws, as you and the guards make it up close. All of a sudden, you see both of these guards just look at the monolith, and they're like, and they drop their weapons and start running towards the stairs. Leo, Illumina's not with you today, as you feel yourself compelled to run as far away from this monolith as possible. Borden, however, Kazia seems to have blessed you at this point, and you are able to withstand the fear factor that's being aided against you. And you're you're pretty much in the same boat as in Sidaria now.
So I'll put the spell card again.
and you're going to use that on
To suppress the fear effect.
A group of people within 20 feet.
so
Centered on a point I choose, yeah.
So would that include me?
I don't know, they're a little further up. What's the range? I mean, the
It,
range.
it says 20-foot sphere, so a 40-foot line across.
No, you wouldn't. The guards and Leo you can get, but Oscar is forced back, and so is Zareth. And you have no idea where Zareth is. And with that, you feel this calm emotion come over you, Leo. And the guards just kind of settle down and they look towards Borden. It's a good thing you're here. That I don't know what that did, but that. But yeah. Hold on a second.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I was going to say, did you need a moment? I was just going to stall.
I don't know.
Sounds coming through.
Hello?
Someone's talking in the background somewhere.
Yeah, I didn't
Sorry,
know.
I'll close the door 1 sec.
No, but yeah, you.
Okay. Cindy's fine, so I don't need to worry about that.
Yeah, everybody, but our two previous fear factors are currently, those two are still trying to get away from their fear, but everybody else has been calmed right here in the middle, and the guards kind of.
This is the proof right here. I'm gonna hold the gym up so we can all clearly see this thing.
Your passive perception allows you to hear a rumble like a dragon's about ready to breathe fire, but you don't see any indication from the statues that anything's going to happen, or the monolith. But everybody looks upon it and is like, some bad magic. See, told you, magic's evil. Look at this shit. And the other guard's like,
I
hey.
just use magic to calm you. Like, come on, guys.
I'll
that's
use a
the-
light spell to show you, like, oh, come on, you can do wonderful things.
Yeah,
Use some light
and
spell now.
all right, and yeah, they're just going back into the argument. They're like, no, that's divine magic. That's a totally different outlook. It's not actually magic. It's divination or divine ability from a god or goddess. And you're starting to fall into that stupid argument in a circle again.
Guys, we have a more pressing matter, and these cultists.
Right. All right, let's. We need to
I
report.
feel like I accidentally press ganged guards in, but I asked them if they wanted to, come with us,
You
and they're like,
want the
"Well, we'll check it
perception.
out."
Yeah, well, actually, yeah, you felt the persuasion, and then you tagged along with them. I think that's what happened. So yeah, it's
Well,
like,
they got press ganged. Like, it was my idea originally, but they went ahead and
yeah. So leading the investigation, they're going to try to take all the credit, of course. But they're taking it in. And it's like, look, we need to call the captain of the guards and get some people down here and try to figure this out.
Okay, we should try to see if there's any other bad things that could happen to us by accident. If we try to try any more traps or anything.
I dare say the people we have here could be of assistance, as you've just seen.
Very well.
If you're gonna get...
Damn, you guys are doing deeds for the city for days, aren't you?
Well, the guild didn't have
Need that
money
money.
at jobs, so...
True that. I mean, that's why you're a company, so you can go out and explore new revenue. But yeah, they're these guards are just like, yeah, we gotta go get the captain. We need to get people in here and take care of this matter, and then find out who's responsible for it. I don't know what the statue is or what it's about, but we need to get rid of it.
I would like to attempt a religion check on this to see, if it's a conduit of power, a shrine, an altar,
Make that religion.
That would be a good idea.
Come on. I'll
Could I
take
do
it.
so as well?
Sure, why not? Those with religious backgrounds. Hey, you might know something. Tiamat. His whole visage.
We know who Tiamat is. I was trying to discern the purpose of the
Yeah,
whole thing.
we're getting there. Basically, what you're discerning is like,
Okay.
okay, so you're aware that there's a banishment towards power. Like if you're overpowered, you get banished. But there are loopholes, and some of these loopholes require worship. or some kind of recognition from a plane to where you can actually manifest into a region. So your religious ideal is that people have been making worship to this to open up a gateway for Tiamat to try to interact with the material plane. And that's about what you get from it. Is there anything else you want me to ask about it? Maybe I'm not thinking
So
about
it's like
it
a summoning altar, more or less?
More like a cell phone. But, he still has a way to influence the region around it. Like, it's a communication towards him, and at the same time, he's able to manipulate things, but not... He can't enter into the world, but you never know. If he gets enough worship, he might be able to.
I thought Tiamat was a she.
Or a she, yeah. Sorry. Well, all them heads, I get confused.
And this is the...
That must be it.
So if Tiamat exists in your world, does Bahamut?
We'll have to wait and find out.
Alright.
I mean, he's not worshipped directly. You never know. Like I said before, all the gods and goddesses that are mentioned in like the main book, they may exist, but on a minute scale. I don't know if I had that conversation with you, but the cleric before in Wednesday's campaign was a Raven Queen, cleric of the grave domain, and yeah, she was like a silent worshiper of a god that was thought gone because of the after rebirth. Had a nice story lined up for it, but anyway. So yeah, there is a chance that there might be these other gods, but it's all based upon how much worship can be invested into their reality. So what do you guys want to do?
I will relay that, like, cell phone type thing to the guards and all.
So you mean to tell me you think that multiple-headed bitch can walk in here one day and destroy this city? Wait.
I think we should log in and log out of the server. Everyone's
I can hear you guys fine. Everybody else can go ahead.
Oh god.
Everybody else
I just heard it.
Okay, so never mind. I got a red. Yeah, let me go ahead and...
Okay.
Is the sound coming through better?
Good here.
Hello.
Everyone, Zareth?
Check
Dear
one,
Lord.
check two, mic check, mic check.
That ping
Fine
is
here.
terrible.
Zareth?
Yeah.
Sarah, are you here?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, everyone sounds perfect in my end.
Alright. Like,
Hello.
Hi? Yes,
hi.
okay, this is better.
Okay, sorry about that. Let's see if we can get back into this.
Yeah, I don't believe Tiamat could come through this, but it is a way to contact. Think of it like
To
a
become more
message spell.
powerful.
Let's see. This might... we might... Well, we'll get a hold of the captain, and the captain will know who we need to contact to deal with this on a higher level. I'm sure there's some mages or something that we need to call in. You guys have been a big help. Can I get your name so I can mark it down? By the way, you two are still cowering in the back.
I figured.
Yeah.
So, we're actually part of the guild. We go by the company name Dancing Lights.
Well, even better. So I will inform our people that Dancing Lights has helped us. And if there's any kind of reward we can send your way, we'll make sure it gets to you. Because this is some valuable information and we need to get rid of this.
Would like to make a lap around this room if there is more to it.
Yeah, I was gonna loot the room, see if there's any loot.
I'm not worried about loot. I'm looking for hallways.
Yeah, go ahead and make
You can't tell me to investigate for hallways.
It's pretty
Like,
dark
there's
down
either
there.
a wall there or there's
Well,
not a
no,
wall there.
for that sake, no. This is just an
I'm
anti-chamber
using
that
light
just...
spell.
You're using what? Light?
The light spell. I'm having it on.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's
on. It's lit up. You don't see any hallways. This is the only room here. You don't see anything directly. However, make an investigation, Leo. Yeah.
Can everyone do
This
so as
here,
well, or-
like, you see no noticeable valuables worth taking. There might be vases or vases, a couple of pews, but other than that, this place is just vacant of anything material.
Could I investigate as well?
You've already investigated enough.
Okay.
Yeah, because you've been doing arcana checks and investigation towards the wall, and in the same respect, if you would have noticed something around it, you would have noticed then.
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
You cast Detect Magic, and for a moment, you kind of go blind, but there's this divination spell that's just irradiating from this monolith as you kind of focus in and get the idea of what school of magic it is.
Whoa, yikes, guys. That's some heavy, heavy, heavy shit right there.
And you hear a soft rumble. And that's all you hear from that.
I'll growl back at it.
Did everyone hear this soon, or did he just growl randomly?
No, since Detect Magic was detecting from him, he was the only one that heard it, because they realized what was going on. She, it, they.
Was there anything else magic in the room other than this bright and shiny
Nope.
monolith?
Nope, apparently these guys who are worshipping
Our equipment.
are broke as fuck. There was nothing in here worth of value. Sorry.
Okay.
We haven't checked the warehouse itself.
You're afraid. You be quiet.
Yeah, you're scared in the corner and trying to hide. And you're not even in this conversation. Apparently, they don't care about you two. Huh. Well, you guys are alright. And... Alright, we should...
Oscar's fine, because he was with us. We found him.
Yeah, but he couldn't move towards his fear.
Yeah,
He's still back there cowering. Because you guys moved forward to get closer to Sydney because she was calling out. So the guards walked up there, and I assumed you and everybody else was still staying up there. Because when the guards got spooked by the wall, you cast your calm emotion, and that caught you guys. However,
No, there was one earlier before that. When he said it's awful if you look before the persuasion from Cindy.
I saw you post the card. I didn't hear you say you cast the spell. Is that what I'm not understanding? I mean...
Yeah, like, I was confused. Like, all I was aware of is
Okay,
you
so
don't know where
here's-
Zareth is.
But here's what I heard from you. It's like, you posted the card, and then Oscar talked, and he said, oh, well, then I won't need to cast that. Because he said... Or
No,
you
I
won't
said
need-
he killed my plan. I was gonna...
Yeah, so I
have
didn't
it.
know you casted it or not, and I don't recall hearing you say you did. If...
No, when
Oscar,
we saw
did he-
him and the guards were holding their weapons, like, we haven't seen you since the explosion. Like, I was gonna say that, establish he was with us at one point.
Yeah, but I thought you were going to calm the guards down in case they thought ill of him.
No, that
So
that
this room is more than 60 feet or something? Or...
Oh well, we're leaving anyway, so it's not a
yeah,
big
we're
deal.
leaving anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean, if I heard that wrong, I apologize, but I didn't think you cast it the first time. Because I thought you were holding on to it in case the guards got mad. But maybe I read that wrong. That's fine.
It's
But-
not a big deal.
Only problem you have now is that you have a scared Zareth who is good at stealth
and invisible.
and
Yeah, and invisible.
Yeah.
See, the real trick with it,
The real
is-
trick is
sooner or later, he's either going to run out of fear, or he's going to see people leaving and be like, they're going. Follow them. It's safe with them.
Alright.
Should we head back? They're gonna give us money later.
Has it been an hour since I cast that yet?
Since you cast what?
Invisibility?
I don't think at all.
No. It's like maybe
Like
5 minutes or 15 minutes at the most. So he's gonna be invisible for a while. Unless you drop it, you can drop it at will. As a bonus action.
I mean, I'm
No,
so
just keep him
frightened,
invisible.
and I'm assuming, like, I don't want... my invisibility is pretty much keeping him alive right now, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, as far as you know. I've been having some ideals here, and I want Xerath to make an intelligence check.
$11.
Alright, let me kind of think this out a little bit, but you guys start moving your way out of the antechamber. The guards kind of leading everybody that they can see, and unless Oscar gets a calm emotion, he's still going to be frightened, even after leaving the chamber. He kind of darts up the stairs as he's kind of given a chance to walk away from the room, still trying to get as far away from his fear as possible. Xerath, you... What was my ideal here? How do I want to do this? You're kind of stuck in the corner. You see everybody leaving. Safety in numbers. Make a stealth check to see if anybody can hear you stepping behind you.
23.
Alright. I'm not sure you want advantage, but okay. So you're hidden, and you're following everybody out. As you guys all kind of clamber up the stairs and go back to the ladder leading up to the trap door, Oscar's already up. The guards are starting to go up there, and Xerath just bolts right by him, and then all of a sudden the guards feel a bump as this mass just kind of walks through and quickly scuttles up, and they see the trapdoor open and then close, and they're like, "What was that?" And Oscar, you feel the presence of Xerath just dashing past you as he walks out of the building, and you shortly right behind him.
Did he actually touch them, or was it the wind passing?
You don't know.
Like they caught the wind off him sprinting.
They caught either the wind or he knocked into him. You don't know which. And they saw the trapdoor open by itself and close.
I'm assuming we don't know what air pressure is. Yeah, it could have been the wind.
Yeah. I mean,
Could have been the wind.
they're alert to something that they're thinking that maybe somebody was invisible in there spying on them. So, yeah, I think somebody was down here with us. We're gonna bring extra guards. Be safe. And then
Maybe
we'll
you should
search.
leave one of you. One of you
No.
guys should stay here.
No,
maybe.
no. We're all getting out of here. Go, get out of here. Go. And they're staying down below waiting for you guys to leave, and then they'll come up after you, and then... And with
So
that,
I'll hold the trap door open for them as they come up. If
Yeah,
they'll
you
allow
kinda-
me to stand right there.
Absolutely. And they'll, like, if you help them up, they'll grab their hands, say, like, thank you, and come up with you, and they shut the door behind them. You're all back at the top layer, and you're left with this... Well, you're not technically left with it. He's like, alright, so you guys go ahead and about your business. We got evidence to procure. And we have people to need to go talk to get this taken care of. So, thank you for your time. Thank you for your efforts. Be
I
careful.
appreciate your presence here.
Be careful. I don't know what that was earlier, but it could be... You never know. Somebody... Like, I heard there was some murder running around. Who knows? It could have been something like that. So be careful.
I wouldn't worry about the murderer. We might have apprehended her earlier today.
Oh, you guys stay busy. That's me, not him. It's like, well, either way.
Gotta get that money.
So
Doing
yeah,
what we can to help, you know.
Absolutely. So we'll try to make sure your good deeds don't go unrewarded. So for that, we'll go make our report now. I'll bid you guys all adieu, and we'll head out and do what we need to.
Warm winds.
Warm
Yeah.
winds.
Make sure you have someone near here. Some wizard might try to teleport it or something. I don't know. If that's possible. Just be quick.
Praise his son. See you later.
And with that, the guards
Praise
dismiss
God.
themselves from your presence. You guys are free to walk about on your own. However, Zareth, Oscar, you are still frightened by this fear, even though you can no longer see it. You're no longer near it. You're still
Going
feeling
home.
Yeah.
Let's say that out loud.
Yeah, and you could see Oscar looking left to right, and he's just kind of scurrying a little further ahead of you guys. Zareth, you have no idea where he's at, and he's just booking it, maybe? I don't know.
He'll come around
I don't know.
eventually.
Let me
He
make
knows-
an intelligence check for that.
Like, I can't even ask you guys to make any more saves, because this here is almost like similar to
7.
a cur. Yeah, you're gonna keep bolting
Oh.
until something magically takes care of it.
Would it be intelligent save then?
Not for them, no. They already lost their save.
Okay.
Like, the problem here is that they're going to continue to be frightened and still
Well,
feel
with,
the
like
need.
if it's a frightful presence type thing,
Hmm.
it usually ends once they're out of sight from the thing that frightened them.
Yeah, that would be normal. Except, even though they can't see it, every now and then they hear a soft grumbling voice. Soon. Whispering into their ear, reinstating that fear. And it's always right behind you.
If Oscar's gonna keep flipping it out, I'm gonna, slap out of it, unslap him.
I'll let you make a wisdom save with disadvantage with physical attention, Oscar, since he's the only one you can grab.
Is it 10?
Yeah, so he just gives you this wide-eyed look like, he's right behind me, or she's right behind me, I don't know, whichever, it's behind me. He keeps saying, it's behind me.
You really get rid of that blessed thing.
I looked, I can't find it.
I'll see if I can.
Would I have any spells to help?
I can throw another calm emotion, but
Do you, or don't you?
assuming he doesn't bolt the fuck away from us and we make it back to the house, I can do it safely. Because the issue with calm emotion is each
I'm sorry.
humanoid in a 20-foot radius sphere. Like that's everyone affected. Just casting it in the middle of the general populace might not be the greatest of ideas.
Well, they're just going to be calm. What's wrong with that?
Technically, it's a mind-affecting spell. I mean, harmful or not,
Well, just say, hey, we're about to calm emotion, everyone here.
I don't think it quite works like that. Wait, I have the token of Kazuya that can do the anti-theory bit, doesn't it?
What did I tell you it did?
We could choose to either reroll a save or end an effect, I believe.
Alright, so you're gonna use it?
Yeah, because that's a single target, so I'm not trying to affect the minds of everyone in a 20-foot sphere.
Alright, and with that, he pulls out this token and then places it on Oscar, and then all of a sudden that fear, that voice that you keep hearing that's tracing behind you, fades away, and it's like, no. But then it disappears and your fear subsides, and the token disappears. As it starts to sprinkle down softly, light, just kind of hits the floor, and then it whisks away in a breeze.
See? Told you nothing was there. Fine.
Thank you.
I have all the weird stuff to do today.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in an alleyway somewhere farther away, there's an invisible Zareth wandering through trying to find refuge from a voice that's haunting him still. Soon.
So it keeps following me.
Yeah, it sounds like it's always right behind you. Like you can hear the grumbling of the voice tingling through your spine.
Okay, in that case, I am going to keep moving and absolutely do not go home to leave the thing there.
Absolutely. That's exactly what you're gonna do.
He's gonna be more lost than me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's gonna be more lost, but sooner or later he's gonna pop out of invisibility, God knows where.
No kidding.
To
Roll
the point
a...
where,
Go ahead.
so it's at the point I don't know if it would be better to take him out or leave him in.
I don't know. What do you
Worst
think?
case scenario, he gets picked up by the guard for being hysterical, and
I mean, in character, I don't know where he is, so he could be in a pretty bad place, but yeah.
So Oscar would try to keep focus on it. Sarah, roll me a d4.
Natural 1! Lovely!
No, well, it's a d4. It's going to be a 1 in 4 chance regardless. When you bolt it out, you started running north. And north means Noble District. So you're running into the Noble District as the houses get bigger and bigger and the land gets wider and wider between each, grouping, and you could definitely find yourself in the richer side of the neighborhood. And that same voice just continues to rattle behind you. Soon. And then two voices join in. Soon, soon. Then as if three heads were joining in. Soon. Roll me. To figure out which manor you run towards. Let's go with another D4 and I'll pick a number. You continue to maintain to the streets and worm your way towards the castle's main hold. Apparently your fear is saying, I need to get behind the castle walls where it's safe.
Definitely.
So, yes. And you're outside the portcullis where there's iron bars that are just shoved, to block the entire entranceway into the main threshold of the castle. And you can hear the voices rattling about 6 or 7 at a time. Those walls won't save you. Yes, about 6 or 7 voices ringing out at once. Those walls won't save you.
Tiamat had 5 heads.
Maybe he's a Hydra, or she is. Who knows?
I don't know. I've got them
Four
fucking
or
scared.
five,
Let
yeah.
me be.
He's hearing multiple voices in his head now. He thinks it's 6 or 7. They're projecting.
Can I climb the gate?
Sure. Go ahead and make a athletics check to climb the gates.
Oh yeah, narrow roll, nice.
You are halfway up the gates and manage not to fall. And a couple of guards at the top of the gate wall kind of look down at this man who's trying to climb up.
He's visible
no,
now?
he's invisible. No, he's still invisible. He's got about 10 more minutes of this shit. So yeah, never mind. They don't see shit. Or they get perception at disadvantage. So we'll see how that goes.
So not knowing the situation, someone's breaking into the castle right now.
Yeah. So roll me a stealth check at advantage as they roll with disadvantage. Yeah, you're perfectly fine. You sneak past them. You're like, oh god, I gotta get by these guards. God, it's gonna eat me. And you're over the wall, and you're now on top where you could easily slip past these guards that are currently right about where you landed, and you can either make your way towards the guard house that is like stationed at this wall and try to go down, or crawl down the gate if you want into the castle further.
I'm going to go through the guardhouse because that seems the quickest way to get out of here.
Alright, this is like a pick your adventure now. So you go down the guardhouse, make your way down. Let me get a new stealth check from you. Yeah,
28.
there's no way they're gonna pick you up. Step, 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 step. You make your way all the way down into the courtyard. And then suddenly you're able to see your hands as you're inside the courtyard. And you can see your body. Invisibility has worn off.
That I can hide behind, like a tree or a bush?
Oh, easily. With that stealth, you quickly dash into the shadows and make sure nobody's seen you. So, you're still inflicting with this fear, and it's constantly haunting you, and you can hear the multiple heads just kind of ringing in your ears. Soon, soon, worship me. And then, meanwhile, back at the ranch, what do you guys want to do? Sarah's been gone for about an hour now, and either you're heading back home or you're out looking for him.
So I figured we'd head back home first. Yeah.
Alright, so you assume he might went home. You get back to
Tell the group that he's no longer invisible.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out.
I'm gonna go to the assumption he's screwing with us right now. I'm gonna start shouting his name while wandering in the house, trying to get him to come out and stop playing hide and seek like a child.
Alright. But
So
yeah,
we should investigate.
I mean, out of character, you already know the answer.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you investigate the house. You're looking for Zareth in particular. You don't find him anywhere inside. I mean, he still had the invisibility on, and so there's the ideal is that invisibility about to wear out? Is he any, you know? And about that moment, you feel the invisibility has worn off, and he's been gone for a full hour now, Oscar.
Yeah, I just said that to everybody.
We have literally no idea where he is. I'm out of spells. I know we should probably save his ass, but I don't know where to look. We don't know where to look.
What was the spell doing to you, Al? Or who was the other one who was infected by the spell?
Me?
Yeah. What did you feel?
That I needed to run away from that place that we're at.
Well, that helps.
Well,
He could be anyone from here to the river.
What would be the safest place?
You would think the house. It's our house.
yeah. That was a dragon, so probably burned down the house.
What would a rogue's safest place be?
The sewers.
Sewers, maybe, or something heavily fortified, maybe. I don't know.
Not a rogue. A rogue would want to get out of here, not hide behind some.
I think sewers is most likely.
Yeah.
I'm really trying not to metagame the piss out of it.
Don't
Like,
metagame this because you know you have an outside information. You got to think like you would. So yeah, the group's kind of convinced they got to go into the sewers.
and start checking the alleys and then look for an entry to the sewers again.
So you guys are going to be spending time doing that. And meanwhile, Zareth, you're in the courtyard of this castle. You know this castle well. This is Timor Kingdom's center home of most of the government that goes on in the land. You see several guards, you know, keeping watch, heavily patrolling this location. You know for a fact you're in a safe location, however the voices in your head tell you otherwise. And you keep hearing them say, "Worship me. Worship me. Come on, you know you want to." Pretty much just insinuating the fear, and it's like they're trying to scare you into the worship now.
I'm going to keep pushing through, trying to keep out of sight and through the courtyard and out to the back gate of
Alright,
the
so
castle.
here are your options. I will give you a minimum amount of options that you can use. So, you think, in your current state, that maybe you can go further into the castle. Maybe get inside. Find some safe vault or something, I don't know. But there's got to be a way to just get away from this. Maybe there's something inside this castle that could save you. Or you can try climbing. I don't know, you could probably try climbing towards, or make your way behind the gardens and behind the scenic backlash of pools that are in the back. swim halfway across these pools and get to the other wall that leads out, and you could probably crawl out it and go out the back end of the kingdom. However, it is a large drop if you go over that wall. So it's kind of situated on a cliff at that point. So those are your options.
I'm going to that wall, climb it, and then scurry to see if I can see like a pathway down the cliff.
Make a stealth check.
30.
That would be 22 since it's no longer invisible, right?
He still has his cloak. Though.
He's got his cloak.
Oh, never mind.
Cloak
Sorry.
of Elven Kind.
Well, damn.
And again, though, I should give him disadvantage because he's in fear, which would make it a straight roll. However, that's still higher than the perception it's currently able to perceive. So you make it to the wall, and you see the pool before you, and you're going to have to swim over about 4 feet of water that are in this pool. It's like a fountain spring on 2 sides, and it just sprays water back into the main pool before it heads to the wall that's on the other side.
Okay, I'm going to enter the pool as carefully as I can.
You slump into the waters and you start wading yourself towards the wall. With the movement of the water, you being in the pool, not able to directly control your body movement, roll with disadvantage even with the cloak on, which puts you at a straight roll.
24.
You will not be found.
Nope, you continue to make it to the wall. You hear a couple people walking now, and let me get a perception check as you're kind of starting to wade into this water, because maybe I need to go about this a little differently.
Well, if it's still disadvantage, it's a natural 1.
No, perception is totally different. As you're starting to wade, you can hear a conversation kind of taking place, and you hear basically like, so anything else to report? Familiar voice. It's been a long time since you heard it, and it was very brief, but it sounds familiar. And he kind of goes, no, Sparrow, I haven't heard anything else on that situation at this moment. Alright, go ahead and, as you were, keep a good eye out. And the guard kind of salutes him, walks off, and Sparrow, who was seen way back before you guys came into the campaign, so actually you wouldn't have recognized his voice. I apologize.
Nope.
Yeah, this was before you. Sorry. But yeah, this regal looking man, silver haired, you can see him in thought, but it's up to you. You don't need to confront him. You're dealing with the voices in your head.
I'll make an intelligence roll to see if he looks like the Neo.
We heard about Sparrow, but since the name was
I've never
said,
seen him, so if he looks like it with a 10, which is probably Phil's.
He doesn't look anything physically like him at first. I mean, he
definitely Phil's. I keep moving.
Alright.
Wait,
So,
has he heard the name of Sparrow?
yeah,
And then the guy said he was Sparrow.
yeah. I'm trying to rummage through here.
Well,
I can give
yes,
you
I
basic
do know a
information with a
Sparrow.
10, yeah. With a 10, you can still aspartame that. Does he look like anything like the Neo? No, the two do not dress alike. As far as dress wear goes, he doesn't look like him. The hair, it's not the same. He wears his long, and it's straight, and it's down, and it goes past his shoulders.
I'm more about facial features.
Yeah, maybe. With a 10, maybe. So it's kind of 50-50 on your end if you want to ask him for help.
Okay, I'm gonna roll a d2.
Well, I would like to pose the question. He knows Sparrow's name in relation to Denio, correct?
Mm-hmm.
From
And
Azalea
I know
talking on the
from
ship.
And yes, and I know from Azalea that he represents the light.
Mm-hmm.
Not that he would help you in against Tiamat, but now that you know he's here,
Yeah, what do you want to do?
I guess I go walk up to him in like panic and everything.
So, revealing yourself...
You gotta help me, dude. These voices.
Yeah, go ahead and tell me the approach. I'd like to hear it. You splash out of the water. You come over to him, and you're in a panic voice.
Pero, Daniel's brother.
You know, who are you? And he kind of puts his hand on a hilt, but he sees you shivering. Are you okay? What's going on?
Voiced dragons.
Worship me. And he kind of looks into the air as if he heard it too. Very well, I'll take care of this. He pulls out this blade, and it glows for a moment with a white light around it. And for a moment, you think he's attacking you.
I'm going to dodge.
Flinch away, maybe not dodge.
You just gonna hear him say, "Spirit divide." And with that, a white light just kind of ignites from his blade. Whooshes over you, even though you try to dodge out of it. All of a sudden, you feel the fear just disintegrate. He quickly resheaths the blade and then puts a hand on your shoulder. Are you okay? And your fear has been subsided.
Thanks.
Talk to me. What happened to you? Where did you come from?
Well, we found some clues about possible worshippers for Tiamat, and we went to investigate, and I found a plate with, I presume, was a multi-headed dragon. I ran.
I see. Well, how the heck did you get in the castle?
I was waiting for it, dude. Like...
Oh gosh, and I tell you what, if you want a week to think about it, we can end here.
Actually, this isn't a bad leaving point because that'd be a great way to start the.
Yeah, and with that, we'll go ahead and.
How the fuck did you get in here?
Yeah, so Sparrow's looking at you, and he's interested in you because you said Daniil's name. And, you know, you're going to be able to think about what you want to say next week. How about that?
Fine. This is brilliant.
Oh my god, I thought we were going to have you run away from the kingdom at this point. Then it's like...
Yeah, no, I was like, if he keeps going, he's just going to leave and never come back.
Yeah,
you know what
loss
you
of
said.
a character to insanity.
His character was...
When you said that he could go into a vault, I thought he was going to hide in the gold reserves or something.
Yeah, like,
Well, that'd
he
be
had the
hilarious.
option to go in. I was wondering where I was going to put him to meet up with somebody who can actually do something about it, but yeah, this works.
I was hoping he was going to show up at Risa's place.
I was too. I had a number picked, but it went to the streets. I was like,
That
all
would have
right.
been great.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, we could tear into that plot hook. Let's do it. Oh,
Well,
that would have
sorry
been...
for the low rolls when it counted.
No, that... Yeah, when it counted. It would have been nice if you would have rolled low whenever the guards were trying to notice you.
Yeah, but no, all above 20. My gosh.
Oh, man.
But when you have a plus 11 modifier, you can roll 10 and hit 21.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And at some point as a rogue, if I get like rogue level 10, I can't do skill checks below the value of 10, and then I get my proficiency modifier on top of it. So it's
long
gonna be
as you-
ridiculous.
Yeah, as long as you're proficient in it, you cannot roll below 10. Which makes rogues OP at that point.
That's
They're
very
good at
cool.
their thing. They're not good at everything. They have a few
Okay.
things they're good at.
Absolutely. So, yeah, with that, oh, you guys are worried sick about him, and he's like in the castle about ready to have a conversation with some of the royalty up there. Or at least
We're doing-
people who know royalty up there.
We're going into the sewers. That's gonna be neat.
Yep, and you're probably going, icky, ew. I never had to do this when I was working for Azalea. What the hell?
We might be
This
able to
is
go back
going
to
back.
the undead
Yeah.
place. Yeah, we could go visit the Lich again.
Or
Yeah.
not.
Oh, no.
Please teleport us someplace different this time. My God.
Well,
No,
depends
we're
upon what
not.
time it is.
We are not seeing the Lich. We are not going through that little hell portal he has.
Let's not go back to Citadel.
So,
Good idea.
we need to collapse that tunnel though, so that no one else wanders down in there.
We'll
Yeah,
have
there will
to
be a
see.
few Knoll corpses that have partially decomposed.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But, yeah, that was a good session, guys. I was kind of worried, but, yeah, that went pretty well. Everybody have fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
Sorry
we progressed the story a bit. We're gonna get lots of money here coming up here.
oh
Yeah.
you
Well,
hope.
I'm starting to get superstitious about the rolls I make because they just don't make sense.
Well, for me as well, I'm like anything involving this country. I hate.
Oh, yeah, you're just not having any luck here, friend. But with
Yeah.
that, guys, I'd like to go ahead and start closing the session down. Oh, a lot of interesting stuff happening. And that's one problem that might be nipped in the bud. Who knows? I'd like to thank
Perhaps.
anybody who stopped by to watch. Appreciate the views, and hopefully, if you want to join in on the campaign, like keeping up with the story, you know, that'd be great. Wednesday's campaign is going to have some changes, so we might not do a game Wednesday, but we might organize some way to introduce new players to come in. So yeah, there might be a chance to play with us if you want. But I'm going to probably do a recruiting spree on Roll20 and try to fix our Wednesday campaign. We still have some characters that are staying with us, but we had to let some characters go due to conflict of interest, and we'll leave it at that. But Sunday, you can catch us every Sunday here at 12 o'clock p.m. as we continue to progress the story in Timor Kingdom. So look forward to that. And with that, if you guys would like, you can say goodbye to chat.
Goodbye,
Bye.
chat.
And,
Dude, but
and with that, do you hear the calling?